Wow.
All right, so yeah.
Toast bag.
Welcome to Tempting Fate. We spent the last couple of weeks being plagued by sickness and all sorts of circumstances, by life. And we've done a couple of one-pagers, which was a ton of fun. But tonight we are finally back on our main game, and we have 4 of our favorite regulars here to do it: Gina DeVivo, Heather Wood, Ellie Glavich, and Amy Dallin. I'm Rick Budd.
And I'm Nick Gilman.
We are your GMs for tonight. And first I'm going to start off by letting you know that... thank you. Post-Data resub, and we'll get to there in a second. But so yeah, tonight I'm going to let you know that this Tempting Fate is a little bit special because even though we did not quite get as many episodes in as we would have liked, tonight is going to bring Tempting Fate Volume 1, or Season 1, if you will, to a close. And when we get to the end of the evening, we will be bringing the story to a bit of an end until we are ready to come back and do some other stuff after the holidays. We will be around next week, but we'll be playing another one-pager, and then we'll be picking up with our regular routine again after a couple of weeks off for the holidays, and there'll be more information on that. You can follow us at Tempting Fate RPG on Twitter, and you'll find all that information. Okay, very interesting.
Oh no.
So
It's already begun.
Okay.
Who are the players?
That's right. We will get there. So yeah, as always, you'll see on the bottom of the screen we have the first line maintenance and upkeep fund. The first line is our intrepid group of heroes here. And that maintenance and upkeep fund, in universe helps restore their headquarters, which has been a work in progress over the course of the season, and in the real world helps keep saving throw going. Literally, we do this all based on your donations, and as much money as we can raise playing this, like the other shows. It keeps the lights on here. It keeps us with under the guidance of amazing folk like Dom Zook and Rick Bear, who are our regular behind-the-scenes guys. They're dancing.
Oh,
they are.
Oh, they're doing fancy dances now. They're fancy
It's a good thing
dancing.
they can't see that.
Oh God.
So yeah,
That was
please,
stress.
My eyes feel blessed.
So how can you help the first line maintenance and upkeep fund? Well, as always, you can send a carrier penguin. We got some amazing fan art from Meaning of Night. Oh my God, thank you.
Check it out on Twitter.
Check it out on Twitter. We love the carrier penguins Meaning of Night. Thank you. And carrier penguins will show up at the beginning of Act 2 and at the end of the game, depending on how many we get. And you can use the carrier penguins to send a message to our cast, just have them read something on the air, pretty much, whatever you want. And that's one way. Send a carrier penguin. They're adorable. They violate the laws of physics and narrative causality.
They're really useful.
Yeah.
Good at their jobs.
Yeah, no, they're pretty good. And you can also buy rerolls. Rerolls are a big deal. They have changed the course of the game numerous times in big ways. And the way that works is for $5 you can buy a reroll that we will throw into a pool in the middle that any of our players can draw from, sort of like a general reroll pool. And for $10 you can send a reroll to a specific player if you want to help somebody out or think they need the help, whatever. That's for you to decide. And of course, there are story goals. Well, this week they're not really story goals. Okay, so here's what we're doing this week. We're going to try this again. If you get to $100 in donations, if the first line maintenance and upkeep fund gets $100 into its coffers tonight, we will start making somebody rhyme. And for every $25 after that, we will add another person. At the first $100,
was Lisa.
No, Amy was pretty good at it too.
Amy got really good. I forgot.
yeah, we will determine that.
That's amazing.
I guess maybe we'll just go in order down the line, starting with Amy Dallin, going to Ellie Glavich, going to Heather Wood, finally to Gina DeVivo.
Yeah, I mean that's a good order.
And
I
then,
think I picked the good seat today.
yeah, and
Punishment? Sure, I'll wait.
Yeah, if you get amazingly past that, then Nick and I will start after that. So that's the rhyming. But apparently, because of some conversation,
Forever or for a limited amount of time?
oh no, once you're on, you're on.
Oh my god.
It's like flipping
So
a
if you
switch.
get to $100, the sooner we get there, the longer Amy is in rhyming mode. It's like, hey, you know, even Shakespeare had to plan his stuff in advance. So it's like it's very difficult to be, you know, poet on the spot. So yeah, that's the rhyming thing. But because apparently we had some wacky conversation about the Riker maneuver when we were playing Lasers and Feelings, I think, and it was left over in the computer. Just to fill you in, if you don't know what the Riker maneuver is, the Riker sitting maneuver, go to YouTube and look it up, and you will see that Commander Riker from Star Trek: The Next Generation has a very idiosyncratic way of introducing himself to a chair. And
Introducing him.
because we apparently talked
super
about this,
weak
which I have to
Mr.
admit I don't remember at all.
I remember because this is the only reason I know what the Riker maneuver is.
Yeah, okay, she remembered. We're not just going to make them rhyme. We're going to make everybody do the Riker maneuver, too. So at $100, Amy Dallin will stand up, Riker maneuver herself back into the chair, and then start rhyming from there on out.
I have never attempted the
Oh my
Riker
god,
maneuver.
it's the rhymer maneuver.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel weird about
Ladies
this.
and
will be
gentlemen, other way.
Table flip.
This will be my
Done,
first
everyone go
attempt.
home.
So yeah, $100, Amy Dallin, Riker maneuver, rhyming maneuver, then Ellie Glavich, Heather Wood, Gina DeVivo, and then finally me and Nick. And yeah, that'll be interesting. So you know, let's see what just happens there.
Feel that one out.
So yeah, right. As always, subscriptions get you rerolls to give to one of the GMs, or if you're
Or
feeling
the player.
right, yeah, if you're feeling predictable and really uncreative tonight, you might want to give one to the players. But
You have that choice.
yeah, if you are the kind of person who breaks the mold, you know, you think outside the box, you shake things up, it's like then you'll.
If you're a rebel,
Or if you're immune to sweet talking from these two, or the player.
No, don't listen to her. So we'll start out immediately. The first order of business is there are already a couple of re-rolls on the table. So first, from weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago, Gina DeVivo, our good buddy Sam DeLev, bought you a re-roll that I missed. So you start with a re-roll tonight. Why don't we, how are we keeping track of the re-rolls? We're going to use tokens.
tokens.
Game help from Sam is best, kind of.
Yeah, get Amy,
Which one of these? Do you want to pick a reroll?
Ooh. Oh.
yeah, take anyone you want.
I'll do this one.
Yeah.
So Gina starts with one reroll, and Heather, also you get a reroll thanks to post test.
Yay, Post-Datus!
Post datus.
That's the first,
Post-datus.
my
Post
first
datus.
reroll.
I know how to read.
I'm gonna take this one.
I promise.
So much. Hard.
Yeah, screen names can be
Post-datus.
hard. No, but
Post-datus?
it's like now that you say it, I feel stupid.
You're the awesomest.
So yeah, so that's two rerolls on the table. And the last thing before we get going here is we're trying something a little bit different tonight. Instead of starting our players off with 3 fate points as we normally do, we are only starting off with 2 fate points. Just to see how it affects things, make them work a little harder to compel themselves to do stuff, make us work a little bit harder to find compels for them. In Fate, the fate point economy and the idea of spending fate points and then getting them back by compelling yourself is really like the whole engine of the game. So we're going to see if docking them a fate point churns up the action a little. Maybe it won't. Maybe Heather will wear them on her head. That's actually not bad.
Such a cute idea!
Was I the only one who noticed you doing this?
Teddy bears.
I did, but I thought you were just dancing with them. I didn't.
Ears by Ellie, by the way. Thank you.
I know,
Yeah.
she brought cat ears. Well, now they're like, now we won't use them.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a thing.
Oh man, now I wish
Now
I
I
had
feel
one.
like a teddy bear.
Hang on a sec.
You're so
I know this is wildly unprofessional because we are on the air, but we are wildly unprofessional, so it fits. Here, give me a VOD thumbnail.
These are so freaking cute. They're
Yeah.
like fate ears.
Oh.
Wow, if we were a bigger operation, we would market these now. I want one. So yeah, I think that is all the announcements. Are we missing anything? Are we? Anybody got anything they need to say?
Thank you for watching. This has been such a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much to everybody who tunes in and watches and has been checking out the VODs. We have been having a blast here doing both the regular Tempting Fate game and those one-offs, the one-pagers that we did. We're definitely going to do more of both in the future. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with us. And I guess it's now time to get started.
I believe so.
All right, so here we go. Well, it's been a while. It has been.
I thought it was your head. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We want everyone to be
You're
safe.
just talking. It's fine. Just gonna stop everything. Sorry.
All right. So it has been a while. Things have been quiet in the land of Tone, and you all have been working on the first line station. Oh, thank you, Heart of Handprint.
Thank you.
So. And yeah, you've been doing maintenance on the station. You've been fixing things up. Your crime lab is back in order. Your library is back in order. You are definitely starting to see the place look a little bit more like a headquarters, and you are feeling good about that. Otherwise, you have had no missions. You have had, you know, the land has been quiet, almost too quiet, as they say.
A little too quiet.
If you know what I mean.
How's
But then,
Jeff?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does the possum have its own office yet?
yes, actually, Jeff has his own office.
Well done,
And
Family's doing good?
all,
Little?
yeah, it's a little office.
Aw.
And
There's plenty of space for him, but it's little by your standards. Yes.
and actually, everything is. Oh, thank you, Enthui Army.
Hey! I wonder who's gonna get
That's
the
a-
reroll.
Do I know you by another name? Did you? Who? Hello.
Who goes there?
I can't help
They,
you.
they
can't
can
help.
put any name they want into.
Into donations?
Ah,
okay, okay.
cool.
Yeah, no, yeah. Thank you, Enthui Army. So. Jeff has his office, and his office is small and adorable, and everything is suspended from the ceiling because when he works hanging from his tail upside down.
There's like bars on the
So
top,
cute. That's
and
adorable.
then it's like an upside down computer,
Yeah,
but it's tiny.
it's good for his back. And
As we all sit up alone.
Jeff's-
I know.
Yeah.
yeah, Jeff's family continues to enthusiastically help out around the place. They have, I mean, this isn't just a staff anymore. This is like a well-oiled machine. They are.
Family.
Yeah, they are a family. They work with the ethic of a family business, and they are very proud to be with the first line. And everything's going well. Anything anybody wants to do in particular before, while things are quiet? Anything occur to you that you might want to?
Oh.
All right. Well,
Pina coladas or
you don't have to. Yeah. No.
We've been hosting a
Pina
big
coladas? We're having pina
yeah.
coladas, maybe?
Did we build a pool?
Yeah, did we build a pool on our time off?
Yeah, you absolutely built a
Okay,
pool.
awesome.
Sweet. Lounging by the pool.
Yeah.
And
Drinking
there's
coladas.
Definitely coladas.
Getting caught in the rain a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're lounging by the pool.
I was thinking we should invite the community. I don't know if we ever met our neighbors out here.
We have neighbors?
We must, right? There
There's
must
like
be
the
people
creatures
somewhere.
that live in the rainbow forest, and there's
Right, the talking toucans.
right the top of the toucans. There's obviously the Sasquatches are right
Yeah.
around the corner.
Yeah,
so.
and you met
So what
the.
you're saying is
you
you
met-
want to throw a pool party, Amy?
Yeah.
You have
Let's
met.
do it. Block party.
Block party?
We're throwing
All
a block
right.
party.
You guys are throwing a block party.
Yes.
So it is slamming around the pool right now.
Get the kegs.
There are talking toucans. They're agents of IOU, citizens of Volcano Island. Yep, everybody that you have run into, the gummy bear people from Gummy Bear Island, everyone that you have run into and helped and saved in your adventures is here at the block party, having a blast.
It's a cool party.
And
Should have made a
interestingly-
bigger pool, guys.
Yep.
Next time.
Yeah,
Safety first.
It looks very much like this. And while you guys are dancing, Enthui Army, very surprisingly, gives a reroll to Amy.
Oh,
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. No. But what I bet you didn't see coming was that Heart of Handprints give their reroll to Gina.
Oh!
Thank you.
Hey, Tibbs! Oh, thank you, Tibbs!
Thank you, Tibbs.
Oh, yeah.
Baby Tibbs, a friend of ours. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Gated. KB tips. I'm.
Go with Tibbs when I have to say it out loud because I often trip over the KB Tibbs part. KB Tibbs. Thank you, Tibbs.
Tibbs. It's got like a rhythm to it, right?
Yeah.
Tibbs. It's not
I
bad.
like it. Enthui
Army.
Enthui Army.
We're just welcome to analyzing screen names.
Hey, word!
Show
I know, it's a word.
We'll
What's some
find
good
weird
ones?
ways to say all of your names.
Just clockwork
Key
penguin.
art of. And
Kibby Tibbs
for-
sends 3 rerolls to your pod. And
Wait, to
3
what?
rerolls to us.
I like you, Tibbs. I like the way you think.
Game. Put 3
Raising
in ours.
the stakes by giving everybody more power.
I love it. Chaos.
Did you say K?
Chaos.
K in chaos for Tibbs.
Ah.
I didn't do it on purpose. I'm just gonna pretend I did.
Like KAOS, that was like Maxwell Smart's enemies, right? Chaos was.
Yeah.
I remember those old Nick at Night things from Maxwell Smart.
I remember Nick at Night.
Get smart.
Get Smart, right? Yeah.
I mean, I
no one
remember
watched
it.
Nick at
The
Night.
shoe.
Anyway.
I remember the shoe part.
Yes, the shoe.
shoe part.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, his shoe.
It was Don
Shoe
Adams.
part,
He was
yeah.
also the voice of Inspector Gadget, I think. Anyway, so
Yeah,
the block party is swinging and everyone's dancing and people are lounging.
I'm
and
lifeguarding. It's happening.
You are
There's
lifeguarding.
a lot of very frolicky things near a pool.
Right. There's kegs and there's a pina colada machine, which means somebody's got to be on the lookout.
Gina, you are sitting in the lifeguard chair
Yeah.
and you are watching the pool.
Pina colada in hand. No,
When you see
the virgin pina colada.
yeah, you're drinking your virgin pina colada and you see a gummy bear person sort of in the deep end of the pool. You know, it's like, help me, help me. Oh
no.
Someone help him! He's near. I think that's me.
So why don't you make a athletics roll, diving into the pool
Sure.
to save somebody against a passive resistance of 2.
Okay. Ooh. Has a resistance. How deep is this pool?
Oh, well, the shallow end is, standable for children. It's, 1 foot, and then it gets deeper and deeper as it goes until it's like one of those, Six Flags pools where it's like 30 feet down.
Right. There's like a high dive on one end.
Right, it's like a high dive, and, it's a...
You want a high dive?
Why did we let dissolvable candy inside the pool?
That wasn't good.
Why did we let dissolvable candy in the pool?
If only...
I do. We can't.
Yeah, if that happens, Gummy Bear person dissolves and dies.
Really?
No one dies
Oh my
in Tempting
God!
Fate.
Don't
But
joke.
that was
about the
terrible.
gummy bear people.
That was an awful roll. So
Don't joke
you
about
might
the Gummy Bear
accidentally
people.
shove.
Wait.
If you stick
Be
with
very
this one, you might
serious.
accidentally knock a second gummy bear into the pool while you jump in after the first
How
one.
am I rolling with this, by the way?
Like, don't,
Athletics?
Athletics.
So where are you? So that was just a -1, so I'm re-rolling. Thank you.
Yay! Heart of Handprints, probably.
Yeah.
See how fast that matters?
Nice. Okay, 4.
There
Okay.
Like it?
Well,
Much better.
4, yeah.
I got distracted by my. I was like, hold on. The first roll, and then I was like, okay, I got this.
Yeah, you dive on in. I mean,
I need a little virgin liquid courage.
That's a really creepy sentence.
yeah, you dive in, and
Okay.
it is a nice dive, and you swoosh down, and you pick up Gummy Bear guy, and
Very minimal splash.
yeah, very minimal
Like
splash.
somebody at the side of the pool holds up a little sign. It's like 9.2. Yes, a bunch of people politely. clap.
Yeah, everyone's clapping and applauding you as you save Gummy Bear Man. The whole.
And Gummy Bear Man goes, "My hero!" as you lift him out of the pool. Obviously.
And on that, you
doing
hear
my
a
job.
voice, coming from, over to the side. You hear like, "Heroes are exactly what I need." And you turn, and you see a sort of tall, kind of
Silver-haired.
silver-haired bear man. Vaguely, you know, in the spirit of Doc Sasquatch, but a bear man instead of a Sasquatch man. He's very bearish.
Yeah.
A bear of a man, if you will, and also a bear man.
He says, "Are you the first line?"
Yes,
we are. Look at our hats.
We wear them, even at the pool.
We never take off our hats.
Full uniform.
Said,
I didn't say full uniform. Just the
I'm in full uniform.
I like the hat, and I like the ears. Yes. I am Professor Martin O'Smartin, and I am the leader of a team of superheroes known as the O-Folk. We are the defenders of Eastern City. Unfortunately, the O-Folk have disappeared.
Oh no.
Eastern City is at the mercy. Eastern City is at the mercy of its enemies, and I have no idea where to find them. Every single one of them is gone. Swiss Army Knife, She-Mad, Stat, Stress Doll, and Shrinky Dink.
Did you check their homes?
Yes, I looked in all the obvious places, and I will take you through their names again real quick.
Yes.
That is Swiss Army Knife.
Swiss.
Swiss Army Knife. He has forks and spoons and stuff that shoot out of his knuckles. A little bit like, I don't know, say a Wolverine, just to pull an animal out of
An
nowhere.
animal that famously has claws that shoot out of the back of its paws when it's in danger.
Sure.
She-Mad.
I've heard of the
She-Mad?
Yeah,
Okay.
She-Mad.
Mad.
She mad.
Yes, she.
Oh, baby.
Yes, her. Yes, she is a giant, angry rage monster.
Right.
She's very mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
feel like we
think
get
so
along.
too.
Yeah.
Stat. He's our team speedster.
Oh no.
Who is it?
Stat?
Stat.
Stat.
Like,
Stat.
bring that to
SDAT.
me, stat.
Yeah.
All right.
Stress Doll. Who has plasticky, stretchy powers.
I want to give them a hug.
And Shrinky Dink,
What? Yeah, explain.
who becomes small.
Okay.
Like some kind of an atom.
Can you really be sure that Shrinky Dink is gone?
Yes.
How do you know?
All calls to Shrinky Dink's comm have gone unanswered, just like the rest.
Did they all disappear at the same time?
In fact, they did.
Was Shrinky Dink near any ovens at the time?
Oh my, that's dark.
The horror. But that's
He
what
would
it's
shrink
the shrinky
near.
dinks. That's a thing.
It
It's a plastic thing that would go.
gets hot.
It's not. I mean, it's.
It is possible. I can't rule out that he was near the oven at the time, but
Okay.
all I know is I left town to visit my sister, whose son was having his bar mitzvah. And when I returned, the place was trashed as if some sort of huge fight had taken place, and all the O-Folk had disappeared.
I'm so sorry, Professor Martin.
Will the four of you come back with me to Eastern City and help find the O-Folk?
Oh, we will.
How was the bar mitzvah? Insatiable curiosity.
It was okay.
How's your relationship with your sister?
It's okay.
Is she also a bear?
Are you doing a thing
Is
here?
everyone in your family a bear? Yeah.
So what's the consequence of this thing?
I'm probably getting on his nerves or cutting off useful information he'd be giving us.
Okay. Why don't you take a fate point? And I will say that he says, enough talk! No more questions, no more answers, no more of you.
No more talk of my terrible cousin's bar mitzvah.
I'm sorry, wasn't it your nephew?
It's
He clams up. He's not going to respond.
It's a very strange family. It's both my cousin and my nephew.
Oh, I have so many questions.
No.
There will be no more answers.
Well, on that, you take Professor O'Smartin up the hill, introduce him to Doc Sasquatch, and you borrow Doc Sasquatch's rocket blimp once again. And you head off to Eastern City with Professor O to help the O-Folk.
Do we take the pina coladas with us?
That's really
Yeah.
up to you. I
Yeah.
Well,
We packed that machine on.
That machine's a
did you take the pina coladas with you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
I'm
give.
off duty now. This is great. Oh, dang it, I'm on duty.
Do we want to give the two of them some kind of consequence of like buzzed now?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure. At least for the beginning of this game, you guys both take the aspect of buzzed. Yes.
Who's both?
We will figure out what that means as you go.
Me and
Oh no, I was
Or-
drinking virgin margaritas.
Oh, right,
yeah,
and
you
then
were
I
drinking
remembered I'm
virgins.
still on duty because I just took a job now.
Anybody who wants to have been drinking alcoholic pina coladas up to this point should give themselves the temporary aspect of buzzed.
Yeah,
I'm good.
that's great.
Amy,
Girl Scout, I probably wasn't.
grown up Girl
Who
Scout,
doesn't
very
like
good.
being
fair.
You get to be a football person, you
blimp
get to be the cheerleader. We're drinking.
designated driver?
Yeah, who's flying the blimp?
Me.
Okay.
I'm the only
I
sober
tried.
one.
I argued really hard for it.
it was
because
close.
drama queen. I jumped on. I grabbed the wheel. I tried. I swerved.
And
we all
Mama
almost
Bear,
fell out.
I
Tempting
soccer bombed
Fate
you
does
and
not
made you sit
condone
down.
drunk blimp driving.
No,
I just
no.
want to be very clear on that.
She thought it was on. It hadn't started
Oh,
yet.
do you have
so I just soccer mommed her back.
Do you have one of those like
And then
steering
sit,
wheels
then
that's not
sit,
actually
sit.
attached to anything, so you can like
Yeah,
let the
there's a
kids
couple
steer the
decoys.
plane?
There's a couple decoys just in case. If we get commandeered, we can be like, sure, have the helm. And then we,
clever.
you know,
Right.
Clever.
yeah, that makes
I
sense.
thought ahead.
Misdirection.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
got
actually
way ahead.
I did.
that's
That
not
was awesome.
that's not a terrible
So you're
I
strategy.
didn't
Is there
totally
almost
just make
killing
that up.
Only if there's a consequence to
Well, that
it.
was the consequence. Is
Oh.
like we went to do this, and she went, no, helm's over here, honey.
No. It has to be like something has to
Has to
happen.
ruin
Did you
us.
damage the
you
blimp?
want
Did
us to
somebody get
crash?
injured? Did
I don't want us to crash.
Then I decoyed you.
well, the trip is peaceful. You fly through the skies with the
You're doing
rockets
so
on.
great, Ellie.
Yeah.
This is so easy.
Ellie
guys.
thinks she's doing wonderfully, but
I'm just staring at Professor O like, I have so many questions.
and Professor O's just staring back at you, and every once in a while says, "Stay away, you."
Don't you do it.
And
So-
as you coast into the skies above Eastern City, immediately something seems off because you can just see somewhere in the middle of the town there are all these like kind of electrical sparks kind of shooting up from the middle of a bunch of buildings. And Professor Og runs to the front of the window and he looks out and he's like, "That's Town Square. Take us in."
Oh.
Well, yeah, you start pivoting, or keeping in the direction of the lightning and, the electrical sparks, and Professor O says, "I hope this isn't what I hope this isn't." And
What is it that you hope it isn't?
and as
Does
you
it know that?
and as you pull over, he looks into the square, and you see this giant, let's say 10 feet tall electric eel with a costume that has the letters SJ on his chest, shooting lightning bolts at police officers who seem helpless to stop him. And Professor O says, "It's just as I feared. Shock jock."
Fear not, the front line is here.
I'm so distracted and laughing hysterically at this thing that I'm not useful at all for whatever our first attack is.
Okay. That's funny. It's like you're a drama queen, but you're, let's see.
I'm just laughing at his name. I'm probably gonna try and.
I mean, you could just
make fun of
invoke
him
that
for
as
it.
part of buzzed.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote that as part of Buzz.
yeah.
Why don't you take a fate point for that if it's gonna make you useless for this? So, Professor O, we have to stop him.
I've actually not. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Fear not. The first line is here.
Does he have any noticeable witnesses or weaknesses?
Shock jock.
Shock Jock is not great with water.
Okay.
Doesn't like insulation. And
Wake him.
and has occasionally shown adverse reaction to magnetism.
Oh.
Can we dump our pina coladas on him?
Oh my god, no!
I know we brought that for a reason. Do we have any water guns on board?
I don't know.
Do you have any water guns on board?
Yes.
Yeah, the rocket blimp has a bunch of water cannons, remember? Because they turned one of them into a chocolate cannon.
That is absolutely correct.
In fact, I believe, technically speaking, you have like 2 water cannons and a chocolate cannon right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
we should douse him with our
That is a fantastic idea.
pina coladas.
This chocolate cannon
Go
comes,
fill
comes
this
in handy
pina colada
so much
mix
more
in
than
our
you'd think it
cannon.
No.
But also we have water
I
cannons.
like grab it. Come on.
I keep
The
like,
water
trying
cannon.
to get it.
That's what I mean. Dump
grab
it.
it. I like run it.
Or use the water that's probably already loaded on the cannon.
We can use that too.
Is there free floated water? Do we have to be near like an ocean and dip
Yeah, I
up?
mean, the cannons have, like, there's water that the rocket blimp holds specifically for the purpose of operating
Oh,
the cannon.
whoa, thank you,
Nodworthy.
Nodworthy.
Oh
Oh my god,
you.
wait.
Did we reach
60,
it?
30,
Yeah, it's 100.
That's 100.
Amy! Just in time for the fight with the shock jock.
At least Shock Jock's easy to
Yeah, just say his name over and over again.
I just want
Let's
to.
walk the walk and clock the shock jock.
You have to do the chair.
Riker. We gotta get the
I just
Riker.
want to say,
the Riker
I want to say
second.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm going to say it.
You may want to step
No, you're
back
not.
so
Delay that
that
thought.
Amy doesn't accidentally kick you in the face here.
Oh yeah, and also shelves.
Have
Share
sit on
with
your
me.
chair.
Share with me, girls.
No, Amy accidentally kicking somebody in the face is
Hold on,
Which
I
leg do
probably
you think
one
is your dominant
to-
leg for this maneuver?
I know.
Hold on, we're doing it.
You
Hold
need
on.
to get,
Get it
you need to
long.
get this photo.
Might take long.
We're
Very
videoing.
tall,
Go, go.
fast chairs.
You got this, Amy.
We all believe in you. Right, you can go in from the
Yes.
side.
So
There it is.
Oh, nope.
One more try.
See if I can.
All right, yeah, you're like
Do it, dude. You got this.
straight leg
Take
out, and then rotate.
Limber up, limber up.
And right.
All right.
Thanks, Amy.
I don't think any of us realize just how skilled Jonathan Frakes is for being able to do that.
Well, let's
just
be fair.
at
Chair
will.
is different.
Short.
Short and thin. Not quite this wide.
Like, art department made sure he could do that on every chair.
Making excuses.
He had a writer that was like the like height of a chair back on set. It was like, if Mr. Frakes is going to be on this show, no chair back can be more than like 17 inches. He does.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to behold.
Yeah, no, he makes it look sexy. It's like you want to sit like that after you see him do it.
I can't believe I watched hundreds of hours of that show and never noticed the way he sits in a chair.
Right, it's so smooth.
Am
Yeah.
I okay? Is rhyming in character, out of character, or both?
In
Oh,
character.
in character. Don't worry.
Fair.
Yeah.
It'd be far too hard for you to communicate.
I was trying to figure out a rhyme for Riker maneuver. It
Man,
wasn't working.
she is so lucky they answered before I did, because I was gonna say both, but we'll go with the popular vote.
Uh-huh. Sorry, not sorry.
That's democracy for you.
Sorry, not sorry. All right. Oh my God. Thank you, Nodworthy. Thank you, Tiggs. Thank you,
Everybody.
Yay!
So, you are in a rocket blimp suspended over the town square of Eastern City as Shock Jock, a 10-foot-tall electric eel wearing an SJ on his chest, is fighting it out with helpless police officers, a la a million movies you have seen. Ellie, you are laughing your ass off at Shock Jock and do not give a fuck.
You did not participate in the first round.
The three of you have been forming some sort of plan that has
Yes.
something to do with water
Filling-
cannons and or chocolate
Using the
cannons.
water cannons and the chocolate cannons, and I am filling the pina colada mix in hand water guns.
Perfect.
So
You're
in case
armed.
we need to leave this particular area, and there's more people that need to be shot with pina colada mix.
Just
like it.
thinking ahead.
And if after this moment the problem's solved, we got a tasty snack right in our hands.
I mean, you can't argue with that logic, I don't think.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
So,
He's going after the folks below. Let's load this in and not make it slow. Oh. What?
Do we still have berries from that volcano city?
I thought of in a dream.
and Professor...
That's the flavor of the pina colada is rhyming berry.
Yeah, yes, it's rhyming. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
Let's get this guy.
Oh my God. Nodworthy gives me and Nick 12 rerolls.
I like you, Nodworthy. I like you a lot.
Oh my gosh. The chaos. The chaos.
All right,
No. This is going to be so much better for everybody. And by everybody, I mean mostly us.
Yeah.
Oh
The players.
Aren't you glad we did multiple weapons now?
Yes, you're good.
Ask
thinking.
and
Good
ye
thinking.
shall receive.
You know, and on that, while you guys are taking so much time to decide what your plan of action is, a giant lightning bolt shoots from below and strikes the rocket balloon. It precariously starts to lose its, attitude and slightly drift from the sky.
I thought we'd already landed. Apologize.
Did you already land? Did I forget that?
No, we didn't. I skipped ahead.
You were planning an aerial attack, I thought.
So we got to shoot him with the water cannons, right? Does anyone have shoot?
Aerial attack.
Yeah, no.
Press on
Before
one
you
shield
shoot anybody
attack.
with water cannons, your blimp is falling out of the sky.
And we haven't done,
I
can't be useful yet.
No,
Can
you
you
were
tell me
laughing.
when I can?
Okay,
Yeah.
what actually got struck? What is failing? Why are we crashing?
What we will say is that
Is like the balloon popped or the carriage hit? Or...
no, one of the stabilizer wings has been like split off, so it is now like lilting, and you are having trouble
You're
steering.
not like smashing escape
I want
velocity
to climb
into
onto the wing
ground.
and duct tape it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a crafts roll.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. But you are on a rocket blimp,
Yep.
which
And
is
That is currently crashing.
descending
Yes,
rocket
that is currently
blimp. So let's
So-
call
out of
that,
control.
Make it
3, 4?
difficult appropriately.
3 or 4. Denoba!
Denoba!
Denoba is the man.
Let me
love
hold
that
the wheel
guy.
a sec. Gina, make sure we
Take
don't
3
wreck.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, crafts roll against a passive resistance of 3.
That's the wrong wheel, Amy. This one.
One of the many decoy wheels. It's an easy mistake to make.
What's the difficulty?
Passive resistance of 3.
3. Okay.
Thank you for better instructions. Let's avoid
4.
Yay!
Okay. Well, Gina, you
Shimmy out.
tell us about what happened.
Yeah. So Amy, take the wheel, not the other wheel. And then duct tape and mouth and full on like, if this was a tree and I was a bear, just like shimmy, 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 shimmy. But like obviously I'm that way, so I'm shimmying along the wing, and then it's just a move of just perfection.
Okay,
It's
sure.
real fast.
Um,
I've had to tape things while they were breaking very quickly.
Yeah, no, that's a full success. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, that's exactly how it goes down, and the wing is being held on. The ship is
Pull me back in.
slightly stabilizing.
Right.
But yeah, Gina, you are out on the wing. Heather, you
Pulling her back in.
you pull her back in. I don't think we need to make you roll for that.
Thanks.
And we will say, Gina, you. PFW Scott, oh my God! Thank you.
Thank you!
Thank you, Scott.
That's $25 more.
Yeah.
We can stop now, guys. We really appreciate it.
Wait, does that mean that you got
Not
triggered?
yet,
Not yet.
When are you rhyme?
When?
That it is
When do
now
you write
time for Ellie to rhyme, but even cooler, you have to do the Riker maneuver. So
Oh God.
Even cooler, you have to do the Riker
But
maneuver.
even
Oh,
cooler.
that's what
it's a-
rhymes with
it's a
me.
It
vowel.
totally is okay.
vowel rhyme. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I hand this to you again?
Thank you so
Yeah.
much,
You know,
PFW
Acidus
Scott.
doesn't get nearly the credit that it
All
deserves.
right. Goodbye,
This is the
microphone.
reward you got.
Doing it.
This is gonna be terrible.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna kick everything in my way.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
You gotta like limber up, get ready for this. Okay.
Thank you so much.
yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
That's weirdly
Ellie, it turns out, is spry. She could do it the first try.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Now I gotta live up to Amy.
passing that nice torch off. What?
Oh, save me.
Call me Amy twice.
It's a good start.
Okay.
Thank you, PFW Scott. Now, before we get going,
Enthusiasm.
hang on. Before we get going, Denoba has given Ellie a reroll. Thank you, Denova.
Thank you, Nova. It only seems fair at this point.
Yeah, Denoba is our man behind the scenes at Geek and Sundry. He is, good friend, the best. Thank you so much for helping out Ellie. And PFW Scott gives the table 4 collective rerolls.
Yay!
Thank you. We needed that.
Yeah, they are going to totally need that. So yeah, Gina, you are back behind the wheel of the ship.
Yep.
I think by my calculations that means Gina took an action, Heather took
took
an
one.
action helping Gina. Ellie is out of this round
didn't
because she
roll,
was
though.
laughing.
Does that matter?
What are you doing?
Oh, that's actually a good point. We didn't make you roll, so I think the 2 of you still have actions. then.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay, so
What do you wanna do?
we've stabilized
Shock
the
Jock has
ship.
turned his attention back to the police while Gina was duct taping the.
I want to douse him in chocolate. Right? That stops the lightning, right? I shoot the
Yeah.
chocolate gun at Shock Jock?
Our
Absolutely.
aircraft is
Yeah,
flying
I'm
good
gonna
now.
do that.
All right, but Shock Jock, now you're talking active resistance because
Okay.
Right.
now you're entering a fight.
Yeah, we
Okay.
are.
This is essentially entering combat, but what I'm going to say is because we said that liquid is his weakness, let's say, does anybody remember what the chocolate cannons gave us on a shoot last time? I think it was like +2.
+2? Okay.
Let's call the chocolate cannon +2.
Sure, so
Okay.
+2 to shoot, and I'm going to reduce his ability to resist by 1
And
because it's chocolate.
Do you have my own shoot ability added as well?
Yes,
Okay.
so your
Actually-
shoot +2 for the chocolate
Okay.
chocolate
Should that
cannon.
reduce his agility? Go with it.
Still a liquid. Can you short something out with chocolate? I'm sure somebody will let us know.
I feel like you can.
Good. It would definitely coat. It would give him a coating.
I mean,
make it difficult for
I wouldn't
electricity. to-
advise putting like squirting chocolate into like a light
electrical
socket.
socket?
You know.
Doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well, why don't we see how what
Dangerous
happens?
at best. Shoot the guy. Give it a test.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
1.
Are we?
Reroll?
Are you? Do you have to rhyme the rest of the
You got a 5?
A
game? It's
5.
shifting.
Reroll.
I'm going to take a reroll.
Yeah, we did not get a
Oh.
5, so we're gonna take a reroll.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh my God, this is gonna be great.
That's a
God would be
4,
how dare you, sir.
which
That's
I'll
a
stick
4.
with. That's
All right.
So you have a 4 to the 5?
4 to a 5.
4 to a 5, so that is a success. You hit him with the cannon. Unless you want to try and boost that or something, you got fate points. It's up to you. But it is a success, so you could just roll with that. Are none of you going to spend fate points just so you can keep the ears on all night?
Maybe.
It's a distinct possibility.
No.
I feel like there's
Why
a
would you
right
make us make this choice?
answer.
2 bonus fate points that render these 2 unspendable.
Yes. Well, you can replace your fate points, but those you can't spend if you keep them in your ears.
Yeah, deal.
Yeah.
Then your fate
Thanks,
points
Dad.
become.
Thank you.
I am not going to deprive the audience or us of
Yes.
this spectacle.
Thank you.
I would never dream of that.
I like you. Like a little.
It's like a 10th of a fate point.
It's a baby fate point.
snowman.
Yeah.
Definitely a fate point.
a snowman.
Oh look, yeah, it's the whole thing.
Oh!
A fate point's a fate point, no matter how small.
Oh. She got it.
Oh!
I'm just
Not there.
Fate points,
Christina.
It's
snowman.
natural
Never gonna
craftiness. Just,
Yeah, wizard. We're great.
Yeah, no, we're so good at what we do.
Sorry.
Heather, did you want to boost that attack at all?
I'm trying to think of how
I don't.
can
I
boost
can't.
it.
I just feel like he's mine now.
Yeah, do you want to boost that, Heather? No?
And now Tina can't spend money.
No, let's just go for
Yeah.
the straight shot.
Sure. All right, well, that is a... oh, Gina,
do it again.
just as I was ready.
Aw.
Yeah.
It's one stress shift.
That is one.
But it's a hit, and then
Oh, yeah, that's the best picture ever. That goes up on the break.
Ridiculously
Um,
horrible.
All right,
Yeah.
I got my points.
Well, yeah, Heather, you take aim, and why don't you talk about what you do here? What are you, strafing the ground? Did you just,
I like
did you
aim
sharpshoot?
kind of like because when I would like throw the football to the quarterback, I had to make sure to aim for that certain area so they could catch it. So I like aim right for the. I don't know if he's facing us or not, but right for his noggin, so it like splashes and just swooshes down like, and like gets all over.
So you're using your football training here.
Do you want to spend?
I mean, do you want to spend a fate point? Because if you, as long as you've got an
Yeah,
explanation
do
anyway.
it.
Let's do it.
All right, that gives you 2, so that's kind of an
good.
outstanding success.
so chocolate is a poor conductor of electricity, but we did say that, basically his weaknesses are water and then things that don't conduct electricity.
Well, what we will say is that, like, as an eel person, he hates chocolate.
As all
He's
eels
more of a
do.
vanilla guy.
Well, yeah.
As even a first-year biology student will tell you all eels do.
All right, yeah, and you hit him dead on, and just you coated in chocolate, and he's just, what is this? What a world! What a world!
I'm like San Dimas high school football rules.
Oh man, you shot that eel right in the field.
He's like, did I just get attacked by Bill and Ted? and,
You should have been excellent to the townspeople.
and he's just spitting chocolate out. I hate chocolate. And while he's busy trying to get the chocolate out of his mouth, he loses his chance to attack back.
Yes.
You still had a move?
Yes. Before we come back around,
Yep.
Amy, you still have an action.
That shot, it was really grand. Maybe we should try to land?
Good thinking.
Yes.
We'll get him on foot.
All right. Well, I mean, you
That's-
guys.
Pumping the super
Are you going to try the landing yourself?
Yes.
That sounds like your action to try the landing. So, you're flying a rocket blimp. You are landing a rocket blimp.
But we said it's a big town square.
It's a big town
they
square.
repaired the stabilizers.
You repaired the stabilizer, so it's a passive resistance of 1.
Okay.
That makes sense.
What?
The drive roll.
Drive roll.
Drive roll. Okay, if I don't have drive, I'll just do it straight.
Yep.
Uh,
One of the things about Fate is that if you don't have a skill, you are just considered to be average of that. So everybody kind of has every skill at the level of 0. It only matters if you've taken a skill with like a bonus.
You always have the
Did anyone
potential,
drive?
essentially, to roll a +4 in anything, even
okay.
if you've never taken the skill.
I have it
You
too.
have it. Okay.
I forgot that I had it.
I didn't have
ooh. 3.
Oh.
What was my resistance?
1.
1, yeah. So that thing just comes down beautifully and lands right in the town square. The police officer, it's like with the success of 2, you actually land between Shock Jock and the police officers, essentially protecting the cops with the body of the rocket blimp.
Intimidate.
Baby, you landed that great. It's like your first rate.
I can't believe you dosed our drinks. Rhyming berries make us think.
Kind of the opposite of what I was going for. Let's go kill them by the score.
Yeah, that works.
Excellent.
All right.
All right, so you are on the ground now, and Shock Jock is too busy spitting chocolate out.
Yep. It's too busy doing one of these.
Yeah. I mean, Heather hit him so well, it's just like chocolate dripping from his head into his mouth. He just cannot stand the taste of chocolate. He is all about boysenberry.
He's fully chocolate coated.
Yeah. And so he doesn't get to attack you back. It is back to Gina.
Yeah, just start at the top.
Yeah.
Well,
back
actually,
to
we
the
should
top
just
of
start
the-
at the top of physical initiative.
Yeah,
order.
we're just going to
So-
go back to the top of the physical initiative order, which you all have, and which we tweeted out before if you want to check it out on the Tempting Fate RPG
It's
Twitter
you,
account.
my darling.
Physical initiative order is Heather, Gina, Amy, and
Ellie?
My name is Notice now, apparently.
yeah, there's apparently some kind of bizarre typo on that.
name's
Or Ellie's nickname is Notice. You decide.
Good old Notice Ellie.
In fact, we'll let you vote on it. For a $50 donation, Ellie will be called Notice for the rest of time on this show.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool. I'd be down.
So yes, that would be Heather, Gina, Amy, Ellie. So Heather, you up.
I'd like to tackle him so he's like prone, so he's down. Like good tackle, so that way Gina can get a shot on him.
Honest-
Good double tap headshot.
physical attack.
Kick him while he's down.
Kick him while he's
Combination
down.
of the two.
That's the
What is it
frontline
you are
way.
aiming to do? You're just like to hold him to the ground, right?
Yeah,
This is
tackle
like
him
let's call that creating an advantage rather because she's not like attack. She's not tackling him to do damage. She's tackling him to get him down on the ground and pin him. So then that's something that the others can take advantage of. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so you're creating
Maybe
an
grab a
advantage.
blanket first.
Okay.
Electrical burns are the worst.
All right.
Ellie, what do you think about that?
Let's cook this chocolate-covered eel. It sounds like a delicious meal.
Boy.
So what is this, athletics?
Solid.
Send us your recipes for chocolate-covered eel.
Which one's higher for you?
I think my athletics is higher.
Let's call it athletics in this case, since you're not doing direct damage.
Okay.
So that actually makes sense. It's more of like a
You're
charge.
grappling him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
5.
2A5.
Ooh. Okay.
Now that can mean, because you're trying to create an advantage, if you want, that can just mean you create the advantage, but there's no free invokes. If you want to juice it so there's some free invokes for the rest of the table, that would cost you a fate point.
Yeah, I'd like to create an advantage.
And we can assist on that too, right?
Yeah.
We could donate a fate point to make it better, right?
Um,
Like Amy's, remember to use a blanket, so it actually worked as like a help, you know?
Hand a cupcake.
Would that have been...
The way
Or can
that
you
would
only
work
make it
here is that you could assist with your own athletic skill, but what you would be
Oh,
doing,
there you go.
Hand a cupcake.
what you'd be doing is taking your own action. So you could make an athletics roll, and if you're successful, it adds, I think, just +1 or +2 automatically off to whatever Heather's roll was. But it would also take your action for the turn.
Maybe okay. So let me see. So he's falling down. I don't. This is where my actual limitations of understanding of football actually affect the game.
I may not be the football
You've hit
player,
a
but
lot
I
of
think
those-
tackles are a thing.
Yeah,
I know
tackles.
tackles are definitely a thing.
I mean, I would definitely
Yeah.
let you invoke high school football player
football,
without really needing
for
to
sure.
explain yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I paid my fate point to invoke that.
Cool. So that makes it a 7 to a 5, which is a
great.
full success.
Yay.
You knock our friend
Beautiful.
to the ground. He has the temporary aspect, we'll call it, of stunned, which I think is going to keep him out of the next combat
He's got
round.
the blanket on him too.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you
Got
had
it.
like a blanket and you like wrapped it over around his
Yes,
head
now
too.
he's like, I'm like, now you're double.
So we'll call it stunned and blinded.
Oh no.
Nice.
Cool. Oh, and there's a free invoke for that.
Yay.
Free invoke.
Oh.
Panda
Panda
cupcake.
cupcake. Thank you.
It's raining bits.
It's
raining bits. Hallelujah. It's raining bits.
This is the kind of entertainment you.
Yep.
I think it's coffee.
Yeah, it's probably the coffee. That must be it.
Too much or not enough?
Yes.
Always hard
Yeah.
to say.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Heather,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
good.
Uh-huh.
Gina, you're up.
Yep. I'm still on our blimp ship thing, or okay.
I mean, yeah, you are
I
where you
figured
want. Where do you want to
Heather
be?
was the yeah. So I'm still at the cannons,
Oh man.
and I'm gonna blast water cannon while he's on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. He gets the -1 because it's water.
1, 2.
Against a 2.
All
Should we
right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Plus
reroll.
2, right?
Yeah, we're gonna
I
reroll
did.
it.
Oh, you got
Ah!
Okay.
Thank you, people.
Against a 3.
Should I do it, guys?
What do you do about that?
Should I do it?
Do it. Do it.
Do it now. Do it now.
Oh.
Oh.
That's any indicator.
Come on, do it.
Do it now.
You can never be killed.
What are you waiting for?
4.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. You just tell us what happens. What do you do? Are you just like? Are you spraying the
At
air and
first-
letting it rain on him, or are you just hitting him with a hard stream? Tell us about.
The first one went wide, and it just created a pretty rainbow that I got a little distracted by. And then, and then the second time, I was like, oh yeah, rain, so I'm not just blasting you away with him. It's just like a fun, like, flurry, but like right across,
Right.
so it's just like intense puddle.
It's not like physical damage, but it is like actual water pouring
Yeah,
down.
it's more torture.
Which I guess like washes the chocolate off, but then he starts like shorting out because
Yeah.
chocolate's not a good
Right,
Enjoy
so-
the rainbow.
So right. So at first he's like, oh, thank God. Oh, this.
tasty.
Oh my God. And then he starts showing. It's like, oh no, this is even worse.
Nice.
So he's very unhappy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amy.
Nice work.
I love the way that you drench him. I'm gonna check the square for henchmen.
Oh.
Okay. So notice roll, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we can notice roll.
And it's a big open square. Let's call it a passive resistance of 1.
2.
Yeah, you know what? You look around and then like in a shadow off in a corner, you see somebody standing watching you. But as soon as you sort of zero in on the person, they like vanish.
Does anyone not see that there? Something just vanished into thin air.
All I see is a
Shame
rainbow.
all of us.
Look at it. There's it's a double rainbow now.
That is really
It goes
very
all
distracting.
the way across the
Don't you think we
sky.
should be acting?
So that brings us to Ellie.
You have an action.
I thought my name was Notice.
You right.
they haven't
Notice.
done it.
Oh, they haven't-
Notice. You have finished laughing.
Oh,
I mean, maybe not finished,
They-
but you've gotten your laughing under control.
distracted by the double rainbow. I'm like, ooh, pretty.
Sorry.
And then I notice what you're doing. And I get behind the other
chocolate cannon?
No, the water
The
cannon.
other water cannon. Okay.
I say, I may still be a little drunk, but it looks like you need a good dunk, and spray him.
Yeah, you do.
I like that. Like an action movie kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just gonna get further into us turning into Arnold Schwarzenegger.
With
Only one line. One line.
What am I rolling?
Shoot.
Okay.
+2 for the water cannon.
Okay. Well, I would like to add my grandpa was a Navy SEAL to zero in on that.
Right. Okay. I mean,
That's my own.
you can spend your reroll too.
I'm
Just-
gonna spend my reroll.
Yeah, go for it.
We have a 3, so that's
know
a good
what?
idea.
Well, I'm gonna keep that one. Meow. I mean, and it was shoot +2, so for
+4.
Because the gun.
Plus
too,
shoot
the
and
cannon.
+2 for the cannon itself gives you. So you started with a +4.
Okay, so then I have 5.
Ooh.
So I have 2 and shoot.
So
Yes.
1,
So
2,
4,
3, 4.
3.
-1.
Okay, that's what I was confused about.
Yeah.
So you have 3.
I had 3.
All right, so it's 3 to 3 right now.
But then she also spent her fate point.
Well, I
Oh.
can spend my
Or
baby
you
fate
can.
point.
Would you like to spend your?
I
fate
would like
point?
to spend my baby fate
Do it
point.
up.
Because Grandpa's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
you.
Ellie's grandpa was a Navy SEAL, so he took her out and
That'll
taught
help
her.
with this electric eel.
Oh!
Yeah, why don't you describe to us what's happening in rhyme?
Oh no!
No pressure.
I take the cannon and point it at its head, hoping that it will soon be dead.
We got dark in the front line.
Well, you know, you're.
From rainbows to
No sympathy. for this.
Well, yeah, you hit that guy. You hit Shock Jock again, and the water rains over him. Like, no, not again. And he takes.
The death here is a metaphor. Out of commission, nothing more.
Take that, you crazy eel. Tell me how it feels.
Like it hurts, and why are you rhyming, you psycho?
Who does that?
Is that your superhero name? Are you like the rhymer team or something like that? Or you rhyme girl? Or
we have a
rhyme
couple
lady?
berries.
Berries, right. Oh, yeah. Ow! And then he goes back to writhing in pain. Yeah, by which I mean,
We do not want to hear your curses. Just think of us as your nemesis versus.
Ooh. So, yeah, that we are back to the order. Oh, no, wait, because he only lost 1 attack turn before.
His turn.
So it is his turn to attack.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Yes.
Heather, you are the closest. He is going to attempt to lay hands on you and zap you with his electricity.
Don't let him lay hands on
If I
you.
had a nickel
Doesn't.
every time I was zapped with electricity,
I am going to re-roll that.
I wouldn't have any money. What'd you roll?
Not really high.
Yeah, totally doesn't matter because we get to reroll. As much as we
12. You get to roll 12 times.
What is this? Ultimate
11
power?
now, I
Alright.
think?
I'll go with
Or
that.
12. A 10. 10. We've done 2. Or 3.
Water.
So do I roll anything in defense?
Athletics or physique?
Thank you, sorry.
I prefer athletics.
Go for it.
Athletics. That's all right.
trying
Dodge
to
that
dodge or
eel.
something, yeah.
Yeah, I got a 3.
He also got a 3. Now, because this is a defensive roll for you, you don't have to do anything here. There's no shift in damage, so basically what happens is he reaches out towards you with his electrical eel hands, fin hands, I guess.
So weird.
And like he almost zaps you. Like you get that, you basically get like a little static shock. Like you just stepped out of your car and then you touch the door and you're
Hair's
like,
like-
ah! But like, that's it.
Okay.
You step back and it's just that much, and then he's like, ha! Feel the burn! And you're like, you're good, it was fine.
A mild
I
tingle.
touched a car door handle or something.
If that really is your best, we must say we're not impressed.
Stop rhyming!
Your rhyming burn burns almost as much as the actual burns that I'm now covered in.
So we are back to the top of the order, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be Heather Wood.
Okay. So I'm just gonna.
You know what you're just gonna do? See, before, Amy, before she said she saw some guy in the shadows and then it just vanished. And Heather, you're kind of superstitious. So you heard that and you are like, ghost? And as soon as, you are done with your little encounter with Shock Jock after he attacked you, you are just like, I don't want to be around if Ghost is around, and you run back into the blimp and hide.
Oh, and I'm like running in circles and
You're
doing
like, I am afraid of those
I
ghosts.
was like, ring,
Yeah.
ring,
There's salt in the kitchen if you want to protect yourself.
Very
So,
afraid of
Heather,
those
take a
ghosts.
fate point,
Very
because I am
like
compelling you to be superstitious. And now you're out of it. So we are down to the next person in the order, which is Gina.
Me. And sorry guys. I'm gonna. What? I'm just gonna compel myself too, and because I'm indecisive, I'm like, should I go help Heather? She looks really worried.
Oh my God! Thank you,
medium night.
Thank you. Oh,
Does that mean
25 more
Iker,
dollars.
Riker?
No, it means we're up to Heather.
Riker it up.
Riker it up.
Heather Wood.
Heather.
Remember at the beginning when I thought that
Heather.
would get to me?
Yeah, we never thought it would get to Gina. We'll figure out a Gina equivalent of the Riker maneuver
I'm in
because
a dress.
she's in
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Harder than it.
We just.
We-
Maybe I can do it with like a doll.
Oh no, you're also in a skirt.
yeah.
But
she's got leggings.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Because
Because you
I have a
suspected
solution
there might be
if it
Riker
comes to
maneuvering
me.
tonight, and you were like, I'd best be
Okay.
prepared.
So I'm trying to see if I can have like his calm demeanor when he does it. I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
you
I
need
know.
that devil
better
make,
angle
you
with
need that
this.
devil make hair smile.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Pretend
Hold
there's
on.
like a beard.
All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Like
We're
aggressive
recording.
beard.
Yeah,
is all
aggressive
happening.
beard.
It's
Like
all
the
happening.
man behind
Beard era right
Aggressive and suave.
And
Oh God!
very nice.
That sounded
You
worse
ended
than
with
it
a
was.
bang too.
Sounded worse
That was
than
awesome.
it was.
But it
All
looks
right.
so cool.
The Riker maneuver that ended with a bang.
That was awful.
I have
No,
really
it
many
looked
Riker
good.
maneuver.
Just
Yep,
mute it.
I was about to say, wasn't that the more common?
Tempting
Riker?
Fate, where we do only the highest class humor. Yes, Gina DeVivo is not prepared for the Riker maneuver because one, we don't prepare anything in advance because we suck at this.
I have a solution. I have a thing if it comes to
Oh,
it.
what's your thing since you're next?
You're gonna have to see.
Oh! Wow, Gina's better at this than we are.
Yeah, that's how you sell it.
Yeah, that is totally how you sell it. If you want to see the Gina DeVivo mystery maneuver,
Oh!
we are.
We're hyping it up a lot.
Yeah, we're
I may have
25.
to. I made it a new plan.
Just 25
Hashtag Gina's mystery maneuver.
So we're running.
Yeah, and you have to run
rhyming.
now.
Okay.
Oh my
when you're in
God.
your character voice.
Oh
Yeah.
Oops. Oh no, my soul feels so bared. Everything around me makes me scared.
Hey,
no!
hey, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, you're hiding.
I
I was in the middle
It's
of
okay
being...
to take a second. These are things in which no one reckoned.
Good word.
My goodness.
You wanted to use
So
indecisive.
I'm taking
and
myself out
skip
of
your
this
turn?
round, skipping turn because I can't decide whether to keep shooting or go take care of Heather because I'm Mama Bear and I want to make sure she's okay.
That makes sense. Any.
I saw it, but now cannot see. I guess this now falls to me. Am I near any of the
It's all
water
down
cannons?
to Amy. Yeah. What was that? Yeah, you were out in the square.
Has anyone actually pina colada'd him yet?
No.
I believe the pina colada
I'm
cannon
still
has not
standing
yet
on the
been
deck
used.
of this place with it in my hand, just like
She's trying to decide if he likes pina coladas.
Because he
definitely
already
does
got
not
caught.
get
Yeah, he did not enjoy getting caught in the rain. We know this.
Gina, go to Heather's aid. I'll take over the cannonade. It's not a real word, but let's just
It works. I
Yeah, no, I was.
yeah.
Shakespeare made up his own words all the time.
I'm exactly
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
Yes. I've often said that you remind
Good
me
old-
of no one so much as Shakespeare.
Showered
My
more
close
often,
personal
Here you
friend.
though. And better teeth.
Hush, 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 hush. Ghost can be
Denova!
saved.
Denova!
Thank you.
No!
Nova.
I see what you've done. All right. All right.
It's your turn if you want to.
Okay.
By which he means you have to
I
do
have
this.
to.
Yeah.
I paid
Okay.
my
If
money.
I understand Denova in
I get my product.
Well, you're gonna be filming this, and I'm not actually gonna be doing it. So, oh wait. Well, maybe I can. Maybe it's more like a little bullfighter trick. Oh.
Oh.
You gotta tell me where the camera's at. Where
It's
does
a dangerous game we're playing here.
Camera's here.
Red one.
the red one? All right. I'm gonna. This is a horrible idea. What have we done? Okay, wait. Okay.
Note to self: never
you
wear
sure?
dresses
What's
or
great
skirts.
is you can't tell if I did it. Oh, look, I did it! No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Okay, wait.
Hollywood magic.
This is not. Okay,
You do
wait.
not have to
Wait.
do
Maybe I need a foot. I
Do
need
you
a foot.
want? Do you want a longer coat?
Can you move this? Move this.
Do we have a stool?
I have a longer
Oh,
coat.
stool.
No.
Wait.
All right.
What, something to
Wait.
stand on?
Wait.
All right.
I feel
I'll
like
tell you
Gina
what.
should get a fate point
Now-
for this because she's laugh a lot.
Gina will be played
Scrooge.
by Scrooge. Is this Scrooge? Yeah. All right. Now, played by the role of Gina, or but played by the role of Gina, and casually wipe the hair back and
Leg up. Boom.
bam.
Thank you.
Ladies and
Did
gentlemen,
it!
Jimmy DeVivo.
Now rhyme.
Life is now rhyme. Yeah.
Now they're not reminding you, I have noticed, of what happens next.
I get hexed.
No, nothing happens next.
Yeah, no, we did it.
No, I don't know what Amy's
get
talking
rerolls.
about.
We did it. It's over.
Yeah, no, that's.
Money's been abolished.
Yep. Well, thank you for tuning in. I think we're done here.
Gems!
Things are becoming unstable because there are 2 more people at this table.
So how was your roll?
I think he quickly threw.
I'm super excited about this.
I know that I am the very next striker, but I can't stop thinking about you guys doing Riker.
Ooh.
Me neither.
Silver counts are not my friend.
Scrooge McDuck has joined the game.
Yeah. I figured he, you know, we already paid him for the day. He probably should just stay.
Because yes, life is like a hurricane here
I
at
forgot I
Saving
had to
Throw.
rhyme, and I genuinely did that.
I thought that was on purpose. It felt like
It wasn't on purpose.
You're a poet and you weren't even aware of that.
You're
like I'm a poet. Yeah, and I didn't even realize I was doing it.
Look at what you've
Right.
done.
And Shock Jock is just like, hello, supervillain over here. Yeah, okay, you blasted him with water? Is that what just happened?
I got a 3.
He got a 5.
Pina colada. No, wait, what
We're
were you
having
using?
a
Water?
moment. Go eat a donut.
You were using water?
Yeah.
When?
She had the pina colada gun.
I just threw you the pina colada gun and went down to go
Great,
hang out
okay.
with Heather.
So it was pina colada.
I'd say that's probably got a similar insulating property.
And you blasted him with a gun, and you got a 3, and you got a 5.
Yep.
So, do you want to bolster this with fate points? Try
We
and
have
reroll.
also a free invoke.
Free invoke.
Oh, and you have the free invoke.
He is still.
But you also have the rerolls at this point, so it's like that
It's
free
true.
invoke. I mean, you can invoke right now, or you can reroll and then invoke.
I'm going to start with the reroll.
Do it.
Do it.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Now I have a 4, which means,
Means
if
if
I
you, yep.
use a free invoke,
Yes.
Now it is all tied up.
Well, no, it's 6. She's beating by 1.
Oh,
2 for the
so
invoke.
there was 2 for the, right, okay. So you are winning by 1 now.
indeed.
How's she doing?
That's so with my brain. It's trying to
Close
come
to
up
the
with
end.
Yeah.
Just like tape.
Do you want to describe? Are you done, or are you doing more here? Because I
started
think
scribbling
do
them.
you still have fate
I'm
points?
winning,
Yeah.
right? But
Yes.
I do have fate points.
You have fate points to spend, and of course your teammates can help you if they have fate points to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like pina coladas.
Is there?
And getting shot in the face.
In the brain.
We're the team that
He
you
may
look
have gone to battle, but
We
he's
will
never
try.
had this taste.
Oh!
We just tag team
Which
that.
is my way, I think, of spending insatiable curiosity. Because
Oh.
I really want to see what happens when you shoot an electric eel with pina colada.
Sure.
And that's only sharpening my aim in this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What if I
absolutely.
shoot
it up.
Here or here.
All right, so you blast Shock Jock with Pina Colada.
What do you do? Do you like spray him? Do you shoot it in his mouth? How does that work exactly?
Of course.
And what do you say while you're
Both important questions.
I shoot my tasty drink at him as if it was decorative trim.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so you kind of give Shock Jock the full hose down, and you notice that like he basically like gets splashed with all this pina colada, right? And he turns to you and he goes like, "Ha ha! Joke's on you! That's delicious!" And then he holds out his hands like he's gonna shoot lightning at you, but like when he does, the lightning feeds back along the pina colada that's all over him. And he goes, "Ah!" as he electrocutes himself, and smoke starts rising out of his gills. And then he falls down on the ground, unconscious. And the police come around, you know, the back of the rocket blimp
Bet you didn't see that one
take him
coming.
into custody.
He's totally bumming.
Well, Professor O comes out of the blimp and he looks over the scene and he's like, "Good job, First Line. Truly, you have done as good a job as the O-folk themselves might have done. But, did you see something? What did you see?"
I thought I saw a being there. But when I looked, it was only air. I need a new ride.
No, it
That was
kidding, I'm kidding.
That was great.
Oh, thank you, Trump Hole.
What am I cheering for?
Yeah, that's not good. We don't like this.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Well, I'm just gonna say it goes in a circle, right? So it's you.
Okay, that seems fair.
All right.
We only need 25 more for this entire table.
I feel
be
fairly,
taking
yeah,
a
I'd move
ride.
back a little bit,
Be-
if you don't mind.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, where's your video?
Okay. What?
But I feel fairly confident in my ability, in my Riker
Riker?
maneuverability.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, you're taller. That's no fair.
He would approach the chair, and then he'd be like, "Captain," and then he'd be like, "No."
Harder than it looks.
You gotta go up, and then spin, and then sit.
It's all in the hips. All in the hips. When you do those rocket dips.
Ladies and gentlemen, we here at Saving Throw are pushing the boundaries of entertainment. Yeah. Or something like that. So,
Oh man.
it looks like everyone's going to let me do a lot of talking for the next $25 at least.
Is the loneliest number.
No, we are not turning this into a musical just yet. Now, Professor O says, "You saw something and then it was gone, as if instantaneous. Do you mind if I look into your head?"
I'm sorry. What was that you said?
I want to read your brain telepathically.
That sounds dangerous to me.
Don't worry, I promise you'll be safe. That was the worst setup ever. What rhymes with safe? I'm terrible at this. Don't worry, I promise you'll be okay.
That's what I was hoping you would say. I'm glad that eel out there we did strafe. How could I have ended that one?
Wait.
I'm afraid that I will chafe.
Yeah.
Chafe is the only one that I could say.
Chafe.
Really loudly and fast.
Several times.
Chafe!
Shake.
What happened to Trump?
Don't. Oh.
I wasn't able to.
Chafe. Something shouldn't be.
So, are you good with this? do you trust me now?
Oh, look, a cow!
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't be a cow.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And he looks for the cow and he doesn't see anything and then he shoots you a
Don't look now.
It
Run
disappeared
away now!
puzzled
Do it
glance.
now.
Well,
Do it
he
now.
puts his hand firmly on your head, and suddenly you sort of feel his consciousness shoot into your brain, and you see like the whole square, from just a few minutes ago, as if, as if the two of you are there as ghostly presences watching the battle behind you, and he takes you and leads you over to the corner where you saw the person disappear, and he says, "It was here," and he says,
This is where I saw them go, but the rest I do not know.
Well, he cranks his power up even further, and the details start to sort of come into place like like a video loading and getting its resolution, and you see that
This
suddenly
will be our very best chance.
Right.
Now, enhance.
Oh.
that was clever. And as the image enhances, the shadow starts to reveal a gray figure. The gray figure starts to gain details and starts to gain an outline and a shape. And the professor stands back and he goes, "Oh my God, it's Stat."
Who's that?
Stat is our team speedster.
That is a little weird stir.
Yes, it is indeed weirdster. What was Stat doing here during the battle?
Was he?
herding some cattle? Sorry.
Heather, I thought you disappeared. Welcome back. That was weird.
I'm still scared, but I had to come out and get some air. No.
It's nice to see you there.
The figure was.
I gave her some salt. It's not her fault.
Yes, that is our teammate. It looks like he went off this way, and suddenly he turns his hands and like the whole image sort of slows as if like it's moving it frame by frame, and you see instead of Stat actually just blinking out of existence, he actually just turned into hyper speed and started running away. And Professor says, "Everybody, follow," or no, not everybody, he's only with you. So he says, "Amy, follow me." And the two of you walk and you sort of follow Stat to as far as you can. As far as was in your vision when you saw him disappear, and you see him zip all the way down a street, and when he gets to the end of the street, you see Stat stop, and he looks up at the sky, and two figures start to descend from the sky, and they land on either side of Stat, and Stat looks at them, and he whispers into one of their ears, and he takes their hands, and there's a puff of smoke, and they're both gone. And Professor O says, "My God, this is even worse than I thought. Those two with Stat, that is Grim and Gritty." And on that, we're going to break. We will be back in like 5 minutes or so don't go far.
Can we defeat our Grim and Gritty and rescue this poor Eastern city?
Yay!
If
Tune
you
in
fail,
5
it'll
minutes.
be kind of shitty.
Nope, he wins.
I guess we'll leave it at that. See you after break. Thank you.
Thank you!
Yay!
Trump poll was me.
Hi!
Welcome back.
Well, it looks like you have donated enough that now I have to rhyme, so this is going to be tough.
Yay! You can do narration out of rhyming, though. Only your characters have to rhyme, remember?
Wait, so is that the way we're playing it?
Yeah.
We've been talking out of character fine.
Aren't you glad
But-
you allowed us to set that rule earlier today?
Kind of. On the other hand, it's like I am always DMing, so if that is considered my character, then what rhymes with character?
Character.
Yeah,
That
A
we have one of
character.
those.
Because we have one.
Yeah.
yeah. A character is a bear character, and that word is now coined.
Yep. You are also Shakespeare.
Yeah, I am also Shakespeare. So before we get rolling here, oh, wait, yeah, there's another part of this Faustian bargain.
Oh, yes.
Nick, I advise you to give wide berth.
I'm just going to step up and move over here.
I've got the beard, I'm doing the whole impression,
Yeah. Okay, right.
and
I had the goatee.
You're ready.
It's not filming yet, though.
Boom!
Smoothest of us all. He has had
It's so
practice.
easy.
You are
He already has the
unfairly
beard.
tall, but also that was extremely good.
Spirit of Frakes, control me.
I really hope
The spirit
that
of
he
freaks
sees
compels
all
you.
of us doing the
The
right
spirit
thing.
of freaks compels you.
Well, you've unlocked all our goals for the night, so at this
Do we
point,
set more goals?
yeah, I think we just roll forward at this point. You can still help out the First Line Fund by subscribing or by buying rerolls or sending carrier penguins for the end of the game.
Carrier penguins.
but
Send in
for-
your own rhymes.
Yeah, send in your own rhymes in carrier penguins, and we will read them all.
So wait, someone already did, and it was a great rhyme. What was
Yes!
it?
Well, Amy, as you come out of your vision with Professor O, you find yourself back in the town square, but you are not the only one there.
Standing in this here town square after my journey with this psychic bear.
Yes, all of the cops are safely alive, and the carrier penguins have finally arrived. Flying in on penguin wings, they crash to the ground because penguins don't fly. But they're okay because our game is lighthearted, and they.
Let's get those messages started.
And then they get those messages started.
I feel like I'm in a
Wait a minute.
Dr. Seuss book.
The pilot is a penguin, and he's drunk. Wait a minute, penguins can't fly. Can't fly.
So the carrier penguins, they come down to the ground, sort of like, they kind of like, bounce, and they get up and dust themselves off.
It's easy to rhyme their dialogue.
And they sort of walk over and they waddle towards you, and they reach into their little carrier penguin bag and pull out a letter, and they open the letter, and they give it to you. And Amy, the letter, it says, it is from DJ Phoenix. And the message says, I'm glad you're feeling better, Amy. We missed you.
Yay.
Yeah, we all missed her too. It's like, but we are glad to have our Amy back.
Thank you for this lovely letter. I'm so glad I am feeling better.
Wow, you're good. You're just on a roll. It's amazing.
I told you she was good at this.
And Trump Poll, who has helped us reach our goal,
Yeah.
says, "What's good for the gooses is good for the gander. Just start rhyming, or we'll charge you with slander."
Yay!
So good.
Well done.
Yeah, our fans trying to get legal. If they keep at this, we're gonna attack you with a beagle.
It'll be
So-
adorable.
Not the beagle.
Yeah, a beagle. An in-game beagle will appear and attack you. No.
Eagle named Smeagol.
And Fire Red Lily sends everybody a reroll.
Yay!
The players.
Just us.
Just you.
I still have 12.
I've got the one from
And
Ada.
the carrier penguins start packing it up, and they and then one of the and there's one last message. It's from Meaning of Night, who drew the awesome carrier penguins that we love so much.
Thank you,
Go
Meaning
dig through the
Night.
media stuff on Tempting Fate RPG. You will find it. And they open up this last letter which says, "Thanks to all at Tempting Fate, you guys have made these Sundays great. It's so creative. We'll definitely miss you on hiatus. I tend to strive to keep this rhyming alive. Thank you for all that you do. And with that, I bid you adieu. Much love."
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was kind of awesome.
Thank you so much,
Carrier
Meaning of Night.
Penguin.
All of those messages were a delight.
Carrier Penguins, we're so glad you've come, but there's now a job to be done.
All right. That was great. Let's get back to the game before it's too late. That would be a shame. See, I mixed up the stands like an A-B. Yeah, like it doesn't have to all be A.
It was an opportunity to use Tempting Fate.
I know. We were all waiting for it, but that was the obvious choice.
Damn it. They are all better at this than me.
We've trained longer.
Well, the carrier penguins, and then they like flap their little wings, and then like they sort of, and they sort of flap their little wings, and they kind of fly up a little bit, and then fall, and they flap their lines, and they fly up a little and fall, and then they helicab and take off. So, you are now back in the square. Your reverie trip with Professor O has ended.
What did you see when the bear laid hands on thee?
I almost don't want to give news this shitty, but we're in danger from Grim and Gritty.
They are so powerful, they can destroy this city in hours. If you're going to get through this, you're gonna need superpowers.
Do we get superpowers?
Now,
Is this time hours?
superpowers are not the kind of thing that you
frightening.
can just find. I will help unlock your natural powers with the power of my mind.
This is so exciting!
After this process, your powers will be found. Everybody come now, gather around. You come around him, and he raises his hands in the air, and he starts to concentrate, and spheres of light start to fly from his hand and encircle you, and suddenly you start feel this energy pouring through you. It's actually kind of nice, and we're gonna stop there for a moment because now we got to talk about your superpowers. Because these are the real deal. See, there are a couple of ways to do superpowers in Fate. Fate has a supplemental book. Nick, do you want to show them?
Of course. This is the Fate System Toolkit.
Yeah, and the Fate System Toolkit is awesome. It lets you adapt your game into all kinds of little specific nicks and crannies and kinds of different storytelling. And they have some mechanics for superpowers, and we're going to use one of them tonight. And here's how this works. Do you want to take this?
Absolutely.
Sure.
So the form that we are using is essentially called Super Skills, and here's the way it's going to work. Each of you is going to pick one of the skills on your sheet and designate it your super skill. In any given scene, you can declare that when you are called to roll on that power, you can declare that you are using your super skill, and it doubles your power. So if you got a 4 in athletics, but you got super athletics, you're making an athletics roll, you can say, I'm using my super athletics, and you get a +8 instead of a +4.
Ooh.
Now, every time that you do that within a scene, that bonus number retracts by 1. So the first time you do it, if you had a 4, you'd add 4. The second time, you'd add 3. The third time, you'd add 2. If you get down to 1 and you use your superpower, so you just get the +1 bonus, you are exhausted for that scene, which means we'll have to come up with some way, after that you recharge your powers. But if you don't use your whole power bar in a scene, when we move to the next scene, your powers just recharge automatically.
Awesome. Okay.
Everybody cool with that?
Yes.
All right. And now, by the way, that's just one of the mechanisms for superpowers in Fate. There's like a whole other deal, which is also pretty cool. But this is the one we're going with for tonight. So let's talk about what your super skills are. Why don't we start over there with Gina DeVivers?
I'm gonna go with superpower arts and crafts.
Super arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a superhero name? The crafter, the archer.
Artsy fartsy.
No.
It's a little fartsy.
Just AF.
Not enough artsy, too much artsy.
Gina AF.
Gina AF.
Come on.
Well,
I mean, that's pretty great, though.
so
I'm
Gina's-
Gina AF.
Gina AF. And you can decide that the AF stands for whatever you would like.
Whatever.
Suggest in the chat, what do you think AF stands for? Heather, what kind of super skill would you like?
Definitely super athletics.
Super
Definitely
athletics. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What's
Yeah.
your hero name?
I kind of want to. I want to be Tiger, so I can say, "Go get him, Tiger!" like every time.
Nice.
So go get him, Tiger. I guess. Go
That's-
get him, Tiger.
All right, so we have
Who's
Gina
Tiger?
AF and Go Get 'em Tiger. Let's call it
Get 'em
GG Tiger.
Gigi Tiger?
Gina AF and GG Tiger.
Yep.
Gigi Tiger.
You're
Gina
Gigi
AF.
Tiger.
Gina.
GG Tiger sounds like the bassist from an 80s hair band. Anyway,
Yeah, we need to start a band.
moving along. Ellie,
can't succeed, though.
what kind of super skill would you like?
I want to be a super fighter. Fighter jet? I don't know.
Fighter jet, you don't know.
Yeah, that's the name.
Nice.
Fighter jet, you don't know.
You don't know.
Oh, you
don't
You
know.
don't know.
I thought it was
You
just like
don't know.
IDK.
Fighter
Ah,
jet,
IDK.
IDK.
I like you don't know.
I like
You don't
that.
know.
I
Why
like
You don't
IDK?
know.
So you're YDK.
YDK.
Fighter jet,
YDK.
YDK.
Oh, just YDK.
Oh,
YDK. Sounds
that
like
is
some old
definitely.
dancer or something.
Yeah, I feel like you're a mob boss.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the YDK,
Don't
man.
mess with YDK.
YDK territory.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
All right, so we have Gina AF, GG Tiger, Fighter Jet YDK, and
I think it should just be YDK.
oh, just YDK.
Just
Okay.
YDK.
Just YDK, yeah.
Stand corrected.
Sure.
Amy Dallin, what kind of super skill would you like?
Let's see. All my top skills are like investigate and lore.
Hey, that could come in handy. We don't know what we're about to be up against. Except we do. It's those things we say.
Yeah, you know
But-
exactly what you're gonna be up against. Grim Gritty.
Hey,
Yeah.
She just told
YDK.
you. Yeah.
Just the blank stare back. I'm done.
I mean, if you're Gina F and you're YDK, I could be lots of lore.
LOL.
No.
Oh, LOL. Okay.
Oh, I'm lol what? Because I can use my lore roll to figure things out.
Yep.
Lol what?
Well, what?
Lol
Oh,
what?
Okay.
We got. Wait.
We didn't become superheroes, we became memes.
So, roll call.
What a meme team.
Gina AF.
GG Tiger.
YDK.
Oh, what?
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 Ladies and gentlemen, the new O-Folk.
Oh, thank you, PFW Scott.
Oh, thank you, PFW Scott.
Yay.
Well, Professor O
Snack break.
pulls.
Before we do our, superheroing.
Oh.
Well, there are your powers. And you should now go. Because the threat is coming. And we'll all be pulverized into dough.
We have to go, but I don't know why. Don't you have a base nearby?
Oh, I have a lab, that is for sure. But we know Grim and Gritty are
Offshore?
Next door?
are next door or offshore. I will use my mental powers to search the city, and we will learn the location of Grim and Gritty. Well, he.
Guys, do you think we should regroup and mentally recoup?
Let's take a moment, find their base, and investigate the case.
Let's do that before we find Stat.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, my good woman. Well, Professor O throws his hands into the
Bear,
air.
Professor Bear.
It's Professor O, don't you know?
Ooh.
Forgive my error, Mr. Bearer.
Bear is my name. Oh, sorry, no. Bear is what I am. It is not my name. I don't have a rhyme.
But I
for
can't
it.
be starting rhyming Osmartin.
Hey, yeah, there we go. Whew, thanks for the save. So,
Dodge.
Yeah, so PFW Scott has sent you one reroll.
Me specifically?
No, it's for the table.
Oh, okay.
The collective
You made
you.
eye contact with me. I thought I was special.
No, you happen to be in the
It was
direct
intense.
line
It
of
was
my
intense.
eye contact, yeah.
For the
I'll sit this way from now on. Ellie can be in my
had to make
direct
your
path
joke.
of
It's
eye
too
contact,
bad.
accidental eye contact.
You're good.
Well, he throws his hands into the air, and this giant pulse just zooms out and just encircles the whole city. And he says, "Grim and Gritty are to the west. Now go into that direction, and them you must best."
We will try. Here's a kiss. Goodbye.
Thank you for the kiss. I will wait here where it's safe, and all you I will miss.
Hey.
Gig and Sundry.
Oh, yay!
Thank you.
Geek and Sundry. Thank you, Janaba.
I like that place.
So,
But
yes, do you have any questions? I can answer them if you
If she asks
want
tongues?
more directions.
if they took down your whole old team, aren't they more dangerous than they seem?
Indeed, they are dangerous. That is the case. But you'll still have to find a way into their base, and you'll and
Kick him in the face.
and kick them in the face.
They'll be in disgrace.
They'll be a disgrace. You'll spray them with mace, and I'll call you Ace. But yes, it's very dangerous.
And then Heather will drop the base.
Yeah.
Yes, then we will go back to your house party and drop the base.
Yay!
Oh, let's raise.
When you saw Stat inside my head, did he look all right? Could they be dead? Your team that's missing, can we save them? I'm wondering if
Stat. Yes.
It's too late, huh?
It's still.
yeah.
It's too late for them.
The situation is grave, man.
Well, in that vision, Stat certainly seemed off. But not like he was sick and just had a cough. Like perhaps something was possessing his mind. But I couldn't quite tell, so the answers you'll have to find.
But you're the one with psychic powers. Shouldn't you come in this important hour?
I will stay back and defend the rest of the town while you go save the O-folk and
The final showdown.
in a final showdown. I knew there was a
just
reason we
sit
kept
this
you
out.
around.
Ping pong match.
So good.
All right, are we off?
Yeah.
And with that, I bid you adieu.
Hey, be
Professor
careful,
O, we
you.
will miss you. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Well, you know that Grim and Gritty are somewhere off to the west, thanks to his psychic scan of the town. But that's about all you've got right now. So, what's your plan?
While these foes of the town are distressing, let's look for anything depressing.
All we can do is
I'll do a
cry.
notice roll.
All right, you want to do a notice
for
roll?
a
Yeah.
True.
60
Ooh,
bits.
yay.
It's raining
Hey,
bits.
thank you, Karatsu.
Hallelujah, it's raining bits.
That was not.
I'm gonna call him the
And
We're
that
calling the
is a
passive.
4.
Well, whatever. Whatever the passive resistance is, it wouldn't have been a 4.
It wouldn't have been more than 4.
It
Let's
wouldn't
say
have
the
been
passive
4.
resistance would have been a 2. So,
Cool.
yeah, you looked around and it's like you spot coming from vaguely the southwest direction some smoke rising over the buildings in the distance.
Over there looks like doom and gloom. Let's venture there and
Come back soon.
come back soon.
Team rhyming is allowed. That should please the crowd.
Maybe there's a step we shouldn't skip. Is it far enough we should take our ship?
Would you like to take your ship? You can. Then you can fly like Superman. I don't have to rhyme now. I don't know why I'm doing this.
Just trying to keep your head in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't stop. Otherwise.
It'd be a shame.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think something is on fire. Let's all...
Get higher?
Yeah.
Because
So you're...
yeah.
Okay, now I'm not going to go there.
We're gonna take the
Fire.
blimp.
Can you take me?
Just so you know, our plan's not insipid. From the ship, we can fire liquid.
Yeah.
That's right. You'll be up there
Firemen we
with your
will
chocolate
be.
cannon.
Let's go above the city.
There you go. That works. All right, so you're going back on the blimp.
Yeah.
All right, so who's flying the blimp?
What you got?
2. What's your?
I have 1. You got this.
Fly the blimp.
Not that wheel, Heather. The other one.
All right, Heather,
Oh,
much
I was
better.
blinded by the sun.
I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You know, just because you have a 2, you have been trained in rocket blimp piloting before by Doc Sasquatch himself, and you guys load up on the blimp. The blimp takes off straight up over the town square, and you can see the police starting to clean up the results of your successful battle with Shock Jock. And
Lot of
you
wet
head
bags.
off to the southwest, and beneath you, you can see the police like running around town, kind of mopping up stray fires. You know, it's like there seems to be a little bit of discord around. Just like the city seems to be, you know, there seems like there's a lot of bad stuff going on right now.
I
But
feel like I've seen their work before. Back home I work in a comic book store. Grim and Gritty are tough opponents.
They don't drop
she'll
any
think about
gems.
that, and we'll come back in moments.
Moments.
Ellie, take the cannon and I'll take this. Let us restore peace and bliss.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we shall.
Yes.
Yes.
You're the queenest.
Ellie, take a fate point.
Yeah, I swear we are kind of professionals at this, despite how it may seem.
My weird almost sit.
Oh, yeah.
I got distracted by this man. We're good.
Yeah,
Continue.
right, don't forget Scrooge McDuck's in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, you fly off to the southwest in the direction of the smoke that Gina pointed out, and from the air, as you get closer, the smoke gets thicker, and you fly towards the source of the smoke, and you start to take it low, and what you see is like there is a building that is located. Oops, sorry. There is a building that is located just on the outskirts of town, somewhere to the southwest, that has a little tornado zipping around the bottom of it, like a tornado just swirling around the building, and the tornado is so intense and blowing so fast that it's actually like causing friction with the ground and creating fire and smoke, and it's like sort of like a tornado of fire kind of encircling the building just at its lower levels. It's doesn't quite stretch all the way up into the sky, but just, you know, you would not be able to walk in the door of this building, and you can see a crowd in the street standing way back, like wondering what's going on.
I've never seen something quite like that, but I think they're mind controlling stat.
That is something I agree with. And
Now we know he's not a myth.
yeah.
Let's go get him, my sisters. That's a really big twister.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you gonna do?
Shoot.
What?
Somebody here has really strong athletics. Maybe they should run the opposite for calisthenics.
Oh.
I wasn't sure where that was going.
I'll go down and take that section. I'll run in the opposite direction.
Yeah. God bless.
I don't know where that
Don't make a mess.
Okay. Hashtag blast.
Just remember, the more you give, for maintenance and upkeep fund.
The more of this kind of hard-hitting, intelligent comedy you get to see.
Yeah, this is smart people comedy. So, this is your plan. You're going to try and run opposite the tornado to keep up with Stat.
Yeah.
Or to cancel Stat out, like to kill his momentum. And you have super athletics, right? Okay.
So I'm going to roll.
This can be the break we need. Please put on a burst of speed.
I am going to roll his super athletics against your super athletics, and we will see who comes out on top. It's going to be you. Well, reroll.
Oh, that's a bad omen.
Oh no, my ear popped out. Now it's gonna be really put out.
No, that's the same word.
You're gonna pout.
I feel like a turd. Running. Running.
Yay!
Ooh, 6.
Super?
Including the super.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, reroll.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You can totally do that.
Okay, if you want to reroll, you can do
Unless
that
you
too.
got an idea.
Well, she did a cheer thing, and I could do a cheer thing, and we could boost your win thing.
Yep, you guys.
That sounds like a better
I will
day.
happily let you guys retroactively make advantages here if you want.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
No, they're talking about spending fate points.
Are you talking about spending fate points, or are you talking about trying to create advantages for Heather?
Well, yes. Create advantage.
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
that's cool.
You already said something.
My excitation was designed to fill with eagerness your mind.
Oh. There's a way to put out this fire if you can help me feel inspired.
Yes.
Ooh,
Okay, so that would be.
I feel like we can be our personal weatherman.
Rapport, I guess?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like rapport to me.
Yeah.
We'll call that a passive resistance of 1 because you are a motivational speaker and Heather is inclined to accept motivation at this time.
What?
Heather is inclined to accept motivational speaking
I got
at
a
this time.
2.
2.
What will that do?
Well, we said it was a 1, so that's a full success. So you create the advantage with 1 free invoke, which is what you really want here.
I'll use my contagious enthusiasm to
Make it 2.
Make it 3.
add invokes.
Yes.
For
Something pleasant.
Folks.
For all us
Help all
folks.
folks. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, we're the O folks.
Oh, folks.
The new O folks.
Folks. You all folks.
Yeah. You're the folk.
All right, I'm going to call that highly motivated with 2 free invokes.
Nice.
So you can now tie
Motivation's
with a free
important.
invoke there.
Okay.
Ellie, would you also like to create an advantage?
I would. I believe in you, Super Heather. You can change this rampant weather.
That was awesome. Cheers. I'm so glad this happened to you.
That's my cheerleader.
Right, so we'll call that cheerleader. Give you the same passive resistance of 1. And it's
Well.
rapport.
Well, then it's 1. But can I use a fate point to bump that up?
Yeah, I mean, you could. You've used cheerleader to inspire yourself, but you could also use it to invoke here.
Yeah.
Done.
Done.
Okay.
Be a good cheer.
So babe,
So that is. We'll call that cheered on,
Yes.
and you get a free invoke of that too.
Awesome.
So now, would you care to utilize these free invokes?
I would care to utilize these free invokes. Anything to help the O folks. Right now I have, well, not character. Right. So I have a 6
6 to an 8.
to an 8. Oh, well, let's let's. So this is 1, 2, 3.
It should be 4. I mean, you can take the 1 free invoke on the one with 2, and then the 1 free invoke on the other one. That'll be +4.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Yes.
Math.
So that,
Fun.
So that makes it a 10 to an 8. That's a
Yeah.
full success.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, Heather, you.
We're gonna beat this guy yet. I'm barely breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
You start running, and yeah, you're building up amazing super speed, and you're like, my God, this is amazing. And you hear Professor O's voice in your head. Use the speed force, and you're running and running, and it's like, and your tornado, which is for some reason blue, while his tornado is red, start canceling each other out and melding into one sort of slowing purple tornado, and the. You know, as you start canceling out his momentum and the effect he's creating, it's like the fire starts coming down, and you can suddenly see the form of Stat pulling against Heather's opposite momentum, losing it, and he suddenly trips and goes flying and sort of falls off his feet.
He has been beat!
Well, Stat stands up.
Oh, spoke too soon.
We know you're a hero in your soul. How do we free you from this mind control?
And with that, Stat attacks.
Woo! Good timing.
With the sound of an iPhone bell, Stat attacks.
Signature noise.
Yeah, you didn't know we had sound effects, right? We spare no expense. So, yeah. Stat attacks, and he attacks you. So...
Oh man, they made such a good plan.
Reroll.
Reroll.
Meh.
You're gonna roll fight,
Another
right?
life. We could have been a thing.
Athletics
sorry,
or physique.
athletics or physique, because you're defending.
All right. Stat, you
Reroll.
served this
Reroll.
city well.
Oh,
We are using rerolls with reckless abandon, just
well.
like disgusting kind of show of wealth
Reroll.
here.
Oh my gosh.
another?
Okay, whatever.
You can't.
I'll take
I
okay,
know. That's
whatever.
why I need 14
Yeah.
rerolls.
Wow, it's like that was just like a horrible succession of rolls. If you could see what I
He
see.
charges up and attacks you for 5.
Whoa.
Dance School Ninja, let's avoid him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hope our choices haven't annoyed him.
All right.
So that brings you up to
5-5.
5. All right. Well, that means that you manage to sort of not gracefully, but you turn and get out of the way, and he sort of goes zipping by you, and now it is your attack because we are at the top of the order.
Oh. Okay.
And you're the only one that can catch him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
By the way, take this moment to remind everybody, you can attack people mentally as well as physically. You can try psyching them out, mocking them.
Yeah. Oh, are there still like townspeople like running for their lives with buildings on fire right now?
No, in the classic tradition of mediocre superhero movies, the townspeople who should be running for their lives are actually just standing at the outskirts of the battle, kind of watching as if this was popular entertainment.
Right.
Right. In order to avoid pointing out the fact that, like, you know, more people died in the superhero fight than every national tragedy we've ever had combined, there's like one cop as you were running towards the thing that really offhandedly and weirdly specifically was like, "We've evacuated all the civilians from the area."
So, no, you were standing in the town square.
Yeah.
That is right. You were standing outside of this building. There are, yes, people around the outskirts sort of nervously watching to see what
At a
goes on.
vaguely safe distance.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna also like so I'm a high school football player, so I'm gonna do classic like run and tackle.
Okay.
Like definitely like slow that guy down.
Okay.
Like slow down by stopping him so his face is in the dirt, just like the opposing team junior year. The second to last game in the finals.
What was the name of your team?
The San Dimas Tigers, obviously.
Go get him, Tiger!
Go GG Tiger!
Okay.
Go Chi Tiger.
So I'm gonna like.
Football-playing superhero in the tradition of Kickers Incorporated. Look it up.
Look it up.
It was terrible.
Was it Marvel Now, or what was that called?
I'm gonna use my
Universe.
super athletic stuff.
Okay.
Sure. All right.
This is, you're...
It's not exciting or different, but should help the
No, this will probably work very well for you.
Remember, this is your second time using
But
super.
right. So minus one to whatever. Yeah, it would normally be.
Say it again.
Oh, there we go.
Go, Tiger, get it done. Don't let him go on the run.
I don't know. Tiger, Tiger, we'll fight. We're gonna
Kick this guy tonight.
cheerleaders rock.
Like Tiger, burning bright.
I'm
We're gonna
burning
fight, or something.
Now's the time to fight.
Yeah, there we go. Poetry cheers.
4. Wait, no. I'm an idiot. Oh, I rolled it wrong last time too. Actually 8 because the regular one plus the super one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have a +7 right now because I subtracted the other one. So I have 8.
Okay.
I
That's
rolled
an
wrong
8
last time.
to a 4.
Beautiful.
So yeah, you
You are very successful. What I'm going to say is,
zip right around Stat and put
right.
your hand on
you
the
like
head.
clothesline him. Well, you do another loop in the opposite direction, and you come back and you like totally clothesline him. Let's see. So you've created the advantage of super slow. We're gonna call it, which means you get 2 free invokes of that, and I'm gonna say he can't use his super speed for the next 2 rounds because that was like a very high level. It was like a 5 shift.
The frontline team is the best. We're never gonna rest,
Yeah.
even if you really test us.
Us.
Irregular endings are part of poetry.
Oh, he did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You drop, I'm gonna pick it right back up, girl.
All right, so the next person in the turn order there is where's our page? That would be Gina DeVivo.
Gina DeVivo.
Gina AF.
Gina AF.
Gina AF.
Gina AF. Sorry.
Gina AF. I'm gonna make him a cake.
Okay.
Blank stare.
I want to make him a cake.
Explain.
So we're trying to snap him out of it, and I know comfort food is a really good way to, and especially smell and taste are good triggers for memory.
I buy that.
So I want to sort of snap him back into it with deliciousness.
This is gonna work really well.
And then we can send him into a coma, or we can send him into a food coma.
Oh.
I made
Sure.
you a cake. I swear
Yeah,
it's not fake.
Call that an arts and crafts roll. I assume that's the idea here. Against his will to resist your cake.
Yeah.
And I assume you're doing super arts and crafts here?
It's super awesome crafts.
Let me know what your count
I
is.
pipe it. I
Reroll.
make a little him out of buttercream.
How about you roll this one, Rick? See what happens when you roll one.
Imagine the mental strength it's costing for him to resist this delicious frosting.
That was awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, my first roll ever on Tempting Fate.
Oh!
I should let you roll all the
We
time.
should never let him roll.
It's 9.
To a 4. So thank you for the reroll. It was useful, but that's a 5 shift.
Yep.
That is the mental equivalent of a knockout blow.
Yeah, so Stat just goes,
It's the scene from Ratatouille,
Yeah,
basically.
Right.
Go.
Basically,
just like, yeah, he's just
right. Whether you knew it or not, you made the exact cake recipe that his mother used to make for him when he was a young child on his birthday.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he
the
shoots back in his
sense,
memories.
Mandarin
Yep,
orange,
the sense
mandarin
memory-
orange and strawberry fruit cake.
Wow,
Okay.
that's so
With-
specific, but
It's
That's-
the best homemade
what a
cake I've
guess,
ever
right?
made.
incredible
And
guess.
it was amazing.
So,
These conditions you did shake.
like basically, Heather's essentially holding Stat on the ground, and you like run around and gather ingredients from storefronts, abandoned storefronts nearby, and then bake the cake all in a span of like a minute.
The cake was baking previously for the party earlier. I just decorated it according to what I thought
well,
would
you have
trigger him.
super arts and crafts skills, so you could have
do.
baked it all.
Well, she ran down the tornado.
But then basically, right, you come running out of like a bakery, and you've got this perfect cake, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
So, yeah. And Stat, you know,
right, and you just drop a little bit into his mouth.
yeah.
Yep.
He just starts shoving that cake into his face, and he's like, "Oh my God, this cake is so yummy! Why didn't I attack you? I feel like a dummy."
Really, it was poor planning on your part. But it's okay. This doesn't stand for art and fart.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Forgive me. I didn't hear you. I was eating. I'm sorry. I tried to subject you to a beating. Who are you, fine people? What are you doing here? And how can I help you? By the way, I liked your cheer.
Oh, woo! We are the O-Folk, and we believe you've been possessed. We need your help now.
To find the rest.
The O-Folk are missing. I know that. I remember. I hope that we find them before next December.
Can you tell us more about the attack? We really want to get everyone back.
They're held in this building, right behind these walls. We should all go in there now, save them, and then hit the malls.
I hear there's a really good outlet around.
Maybe we can even get some beer.
Ooh.
He says, we will take this fight to its natural end. Let's go this way. Follow me, my friend. And he turns and is about to walk up the stairs, but then he completely collapses. It's like, that possession, I don't think I realized, drained me of energy.
You'd better go on without me?
You better go on without me. Yeah, that's good. I'm a bad rhymer. Forgive me. I suck. Get in there and fight them.
You get around
With
that way.
luck?
Like a duck?
Was he at our party?
Fight them
Did
like
he
a
eat coladas too? How many drinks have you been
I've just
spiking?
been serving them to everyone, and I guess he got some.
Oh.
We'll say the in-universe continuity explanation will be that when Professor O sent out his psychic pulse after reading Amy's mind, he sent out a signal that makes all of the other NPCs you encounter rhyme.
Awesome.
Insta-canon. Well, yeah, he's...
We have no time to waste. We must haste.
Good luck. I suck. And you see some of the people who are watching the battle like pick him up and start to dust him off, and they start leading him away, but he's just reaching back for the cake. What are you guys up to now?
We're hunting for the O-Folk, right?
Well, we have to get behind that wall in that building. So can I? Let's take the grappling hooks off our blimp and climb over the wall.
Climb over the wall. Like it's
Wasn't
a
it just
building.
like-
So are you like going up to the roof or something?
Oh, I thought you said it was behind the wall.
Behind these
so-
walls, like the walls of the building.
Got it. I thought
So
there
we're
was just
going
like
into the
I thought there was like
building.
a stone wall we had to get over to go to the building.
Who would have known that improvised rhyming would not be an ideal method for telling the climactic conclusion to your season-long story?
If only we had seen
See,
this.
we live in
coming.
rhyme. Yeah. We live anyway.
Life is just a series of experiences.
Yeah, so yeah, what are you all up to?
We're going in.
Yeah, we're gonna get gritty and grim.
Yeah.
I guess we're going in the front door.
All
What
right.
subtlety be damned.
We want more.
We want more.
We're not poor or a bore.
Well,
Even more. We're gonna score. Everyone.
so you walk.
Very sore.
So
It's okay. Just pick your jaw off the floor.
So you walk up the front steps, and you head towards the door.
The building to explore.
And
Oh, there's gonna be so much gore.
and you see on now that the fire is
Hardcore.
gone, you
Guys, enough, please. No more.
you're all fired.
It doesn't matter. Finale.
I know it's the last game.
So yeah, you
There's
walk
no
up, and now that the fire's gone, you see
Yeah.
above, that you realize the building that you are dealing with is the home base of the Daily Daily, the local newspaper.
Oh.
And
That makes sense.
yeah, you very carefully push the front door open, and you quietly walk in, very quiet, too quiet again, and you follow the hallway down to a series of corridors, and you spend, let's say, some time exploring them until you find the room that leads to the storage facility where they keep the printed newspapers before they're ready to ship out. And you can kind of hear something coming from the other side of the wall. There's like a door, and there's no way to see through it exactly. But you can tell, you hear something, some kind of ruckus that's...
Can you describe the ruckus, sir?
Well done. But you can't describe the ruckus. So, what do you do? What?
I want to knock. Just knock on the door.
Can I use super lore?
Oh yeah, new
what?
scene.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Hey, thank you.
Betelgeuse?
Beetlejuice.
It's like Beetlejuice.
Right,
Sopros.
right, I wonder if it's, yeah.
Beetlejuice.
All right.
By the way, we're on a new scene now, so your powers recharge.
Yes.
Yeah.
No way.
Your
I feel so artsy and fartsy again.
Well, Amy, yeah, I compel you to just run on, open the door and run inside.
Okay.
Because,
I raise my hand to knock, she just plows
yeah, your
through.
curiosity's
Open the
got the
door.
best of you. So
A mysterious noise.
take a fate point. And Gina, you
Yeah.
know, when you see Amy run in, your Mama Bear instinct kicks in. So I'm going to compel you on Mama Bear to run in with Amy.
Got it.
I hear a noise. I gotta know. There's something back there. Let's just go.
Safety first. You can't just run in. Be careful. You might be done in.
Sure.
I thought that was 2 ins. That's okay.
You got run and done too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I liked it. So yeah, as you go running in, and you go running in behind her, and now the door is open, so even you can see in, and what you see is pretty striking. You see the O-Folk, or the rest of them other than Stat. You see Swiss Army Knife, and She-Mad, and Stress Doll, and Shrinky Dink. And they are standing in a square, like, you know, they're each at the corner of a, you know, sort of a square drawn on the ground.
This image is striking. If only we had a Viking.
No, what's weird is that I actually had a really similar rhyme that was gonna come out next. That's why that's weird. Okay.
Too slow. Hey, nice shirt, Amy.
Plug.
So
Guess
yeah,
what shoes on the other foot now?
you walk in and you see them. They're standing in this square. They're each at a corner, and in the center of the square, you see Fun. That familiar, swirling, sparkling,
Yeah. Fun.
indescribable something that Fun uses to possess characters is just sit in the middle of that square, kind of just, you know, like almost like a cloud just holding there. And the 4 O-Folk stand at the corners, dead in the eyes.
Oh no,
Holding-
Fun, what have you done?
Yeah, somehow holding Fun in the square, there's like an energy that pulses around them, and as they are all there, they have their powers sort of, you know, they're using them menacingly. Swiss Army Knife is branding his corkscrews and spoons in Fun's direction, and Shrinky Dink is, you know, growing and shrinking and changing shape in all kinds of strange, threatening ways, and She-Mad is making big muscles and, you know, doing kind of strongman poses, I mixed up Stress Doll and Shrinky Dink. Stress Doll is the one who's finishing place, and Shrinky Dink has reversed his powers and grown to enormous height, and Fun just sort of floats around in the center there.
Friends, we must divert their gaze so our heroes don't go out in a blaze.
It's too late for that. There's no escape now. We are going to kill you with a fight. Kerpow. and you hear this voice, and from behind you turn, and behind you down the hallway, for the first time, but not for you. For the first time for the rest of you, you see Grim and Gritty. And Grim and Gritty have taken the form that they have now is what you see are two sort of giant lumbering suits of armor. Real Black Knight kind of stuff. Spikes and rusty, points and chains and
pouches.
Lots of pouches. Oh my God. It's like,
Their feet are indistinct.
Yeah, if you didn't know better, you would assume that Rob Liefeld designed their outfits. Look it up if you don't know.
So they don't have feet?
I like your
Yeah.
pouches,
Right.
bro.
They don't have feet.
No feet,
Their
no
pe-
hands,
Got
lots
him.
of pouches,
Ew.
lots of spikes.
Their pectoral muscles come about 4 feet in front of them. And yeah, lots of pouches everywhere. You can't even imagine what somebody would do with this many pouches.
I probably could.
You probably could.
Arts and crafts.
Yeah.
She's doing it right.
Dang, I need so many more pouches. That's what my outfit was missing.
You see it and you're like, I gotta step my pouch game up.
We would kill you ourselves, but that would be too easy. We'll make the O-folk do it, because we're evil and sleazy.
You're like, easy.
Oh.
He's like, I heard that.
Oh,
Didn't even bother to
snap.
run. Oh, snap. So sorry.
You ruin everything you touch. We'll free this land. It won't take much.
Well, on that, the O-folk all turn and face you.
Okay, it's not my initiative, isn't it?
I know. Can we?
Well,
Can we create advantages right now?
Well, what we will say is, since Grim and Gritty really stupidly tipped you off about the fact that they were going to use the O-folk to attack you, that you knew this was coming and you turned and you guys are going to get first attack here.
Yeah.
So Heather, you are at the top
Shouldn't have
of
gave
the
away your
order.
plan. Now we shall take down
These evils.
these evils, man.
Gina likes the rhyming so much she's now doing it under her breath so that people can't even hear.
It's practice.
It's like there's just
Sometimes
literally
it's
no
just fun to
point.
do. It isn't always here for you.
Exactly. And also, they hear it. That's why I hear it. It's just for them. Whispers.
Stand corrected.
See,
All right.
the whispers did come up.
See? Yeah.
Heather, you are facing Swiss Army Knife, She-Mad, Stress Doll, and Shrieky Dink. What's your move?
Okay, so I have a little idea. I'd like to maybe go for Stress Doll and make Stress Doll into a little rope that I could use to clothesline others or trip them over.
You want to try and brute
I know that
force
can't necessarily
Stress
be one
Doll
move.
and then use them as a weapon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that sounds like a lot to do in one move. Why don't we say, well, you can use your first attack to try and catch Stress Doll. And then if that works...
Yeah, I'd say there's an athletics roll here to try and catch Stress Doll. Then in the next round, there'd be... if you win, Stress Doll won't get an attack. Then in the next round, there'll be a physique roll to try and manipulate Stress Doll into some sort of weapon that you can utilize. And if you're successful there...
Well, let's make it a little easier. We'll crunch that second one into one. If you catch Stress Doll, we'll assume that your physique roll is the act of... boom! Like in one deft motion, you stretch Stress Doll out.
We'll say you'll take Stress Doll out of the fight, and you'll give yourself a weapon that'll give you a fight bonus in the next round.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Sure.
But this won't be easy because Stress Doll is
no
going
pushover.
to use their super athletics to try and avoid getting turned into a weapon.
I have,
10?
11.
Oh.
No, it's 10.
10.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try a reroll, but it's not even worth it.
All right. And yeah, you grab Stress Doll, and Stress Doll's like, hey, you can't do that. I'm Stress Doll. I'm stretchy. If you try to catch me, I will be wretchy.
Oh, Stress Doll. I'm going to ring you out. You're going to twist and shout.
Oh. Yeah.
Consider that like an extra or an item for.
Our
You
dialogue
literally
is
have
second
stress
to
doll
none.
as an item.
You're all glad you're watching.
Amazing.
We're gonna use to help
Are
out
we
my
not
friends.
yet having fun?
I want to create an advantage.
Uh-huh.
I want to start super soaking all of the floors to make them sticky.
Ooh.
You have your
Pina colada.
pina colada gun?
I figured it was like slung on our backs. We were going into battle.
Okay, sure, that makes sense.
Oh, but I threw it at you. Maybe I don't have it. Amy, give me the gun!
I throw the gun to Gina
Or,
back.
lol,
and she puts it
what?
on like a proton pack.
You have to call her by her proper
Yeah,
name.
I know. I'm sorry. I gave away your secret identity. That was so...
It's okay. No one knows this
Bad
in
of
the city.
me?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you hear Shrinky Dink like, too late, I know!
Super soaker sticky
All
floor
right,
advantage.
so that is creating an advantage with shoot. You get a +2
Unfortunately.
for your pina
Super
colada
soaker.
cannon.
Yeah.
And we think that this is a passive resistance, I would think.
Yeah, yeah, I guess we'll call this a passive resistance. I mean, you're just...
She should be good at doing this.
Yeah,
The
it's
floor
either
is
going to be
something hard to
sticky
miss.
or
Right,
slippery.
the floor
Either
is
one.
hard to miss. Yeah, we'll call it a passive resistance of 1.
Cool. That would be a 6.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you empty the pina colada gun in you know, just the most efficient fashion. It's just like, and now like the floor, like all around the bad guys, is just covered in pina colada.
Sticky floors.
Sticky floor.
Yes, you have added the aspect of sticky floors, which has 2 free invokes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wait,
also just
no.
want, yeah, no, I just wanted to throw this in there because we're throwing aspects on. This is piles of newspapers.
Piles of
fighting in a
newspapers?
newspaper storage room, so there are piles of newspapers.
Okay.
Don't know if that'll come up.
Print
but
media does well in the land of fun.
only in a make-believe world, am I right?
YDK, I believe it is yours.
Is it?
Move.
It's Amy.
No, it's aim.
Oh.
It's
Oh, is
lol
it?
what?
I'm sorry, Loa, it is you.
Lol what? Kick their butt.
And their nut, maybe.
Oh, what's the worst name I ever heard? You must be some kind of a nerd, says she mad. Well, she's mad. She's, you know.
She mad.
Enjoy that sticky
A nerd
floor.
I may be, you will find your weaknesses I'll soon have divined. And I'd like to use my super lore to judge their costume designs and immediately be able to tell their character histories, which will give me insight into their weaknesses. I will also accept I'm quickly scanning all of the headlines in the newspapers in this room, but I'm using super lore powers to like profile each one of our enemies right now and try to create the advantage of weaknesses that I can share with my colleagues.
I love this.
Yeah, I buy that.
Right. The only thing I would, and I want you to
Yeah.
weigh in on this. Like, do you think that's a skill that could apply to all 4 combatants, or is that something that should be specified down to like I can find She-Mad's weakness, or I can find Swiss Army Knife's weakness?
No, let's say Amy has super lore skills.
Right.
So it
You're in
should
a
be
room
lore
full of
4.
newspapers.
Yeah, you're in a room full of newspapers. You have super skills. Let's say 4.
Watch out now, you frightful 4. I've got the power of super lore. Now the real frightful 4. Frightful 4.
Yeah, no, they are not. We are not the Frightful 4. We are the O Folk.
Or you were before.
And I have no joke.
Just an egg yolk. Oh.
Yeah, egg yolk's not bad.
And you'll be
your
once
joke.
more.
Who doesn't like egg yolk? So, yeah, you are doing this, and this is going to be a lore roll against a passive resistance of 3 because
It's a lot of information to take in, but it's all there.
Yeah,
so.
it's a big room. There's a lot of newspapers. It's old newsprint. You know, it's like you gotta lick your fingers when you're doing it.
Just like.
Running around the room.
That's why that guy was getting
It's all the
queasy before.
sympathetic articles about like, oh, She-Mad has been missing. We all remember the time that she blah 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 blah.
Yep, you know exactly. Like if you make this roll, you will know exactly how to pull out the information you need and deduce what you need to know from the stories in the newspaper.
Come here.
This will be the roll I need. Now I use my power to read. It is an 8.
Ooh, okay. Well, That is a smashing success. So, yeah, you go tearing through newspapers and figuring stuff out, and now you know your foe's weaknesses.
Yes, we're going to add the temp aspect to the scene of, I know your weakness, fool. You get 2 free invokes, but also this means their weaknesses are on the table, so even without free invokes, this is a very invocable aspect.
Excellent.
So what you find out, and what you deduce, is that Swiss Army Knife has bad knees.
Bad knees.
Swiss Army me.
Yes. And you determine that She-Mad is soothed by singing. Music soothes the savage she.
Sheast.
Yes.
She can be soothed by song. Swiss Army Knife, his knees are wrong.
Stress Doll can only stress so far before the stress builds up on her frame and she passes out. If she stretches too far, it's too much stress on her, and she just sort of, faints from the stress. Shrinky Dink, when he is in his big gigantic form, has spread his mass too far, so he is easily toppleable. He is very tall, but he is sort of light and not super graceful. He can't move very quickly, and his body is weak in various places. So he is very easy to sort of knock off his feet.
Stress Doll's limits are easily reached, and Shrinky-Dink's balance is easily impeached.
Hey.
Wow.
Fire.
Is this rhyming thing not worth every dollar?
I think we've made that clear.
Give us a holla.
What?
It's compulsive now.
I can't
they
make
can't
them,
stop.
but I can finish them.
Yeah, so whose turn? You just went, and you just determined
Amy,
everybody's
so it's-
weaknesses, which gets 2 free invokes of
Yeah.
I know your weakness, and
Ellie.
now it is back to
Ellie. That's right.
Oh, it's you. We are up to YDK.
Notice.
So she shouts all of those things.
I shout the thing I said again. Kick him in the shin.
My friend?
I've been waiting for this super fight. Watch out, this kitty's got a bite. And I go after Swiss Army Knives and just dive right into his knees.
Sure.
All right.
What are you attacking with?
I have super fight. I'm
Oh, you have
I'm
super
just-
fight, right? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh! Reroll.
Sure.
Well, what does that give you now?
12?
12?
Yeah, don't bother.
Don't bother. Okay.
It's going to be a knockout roll no matter what.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you describe to us what happens?
I'm still wearing my bobby hat with the cat ears, which are slightly pointy. So as I dive toward Swiss Army Knife, I clip him right in. Oh, this is gonna sound horrible. I clip him right in the kneecap and just get right under there, and pick him up and just throw him into She-Mad.
A major threat he used to be until he took an Ellie to the knee.
I mean, given that was like an 7 shift or an 8 shift,
I love that so much.
I'm gonna go ahead and say basically yes. You hit Swiss Army Knife like right in the side of the knee. Like,
Just capping him.
and
He yelps in pain in a Swiss accent.
yeah. I'd love to, but I think it's sort of German sounding, but correct me if I'm wrong, Swiss people.
Oh, gee, my knee.
It was, right.
Yes.
Oh, gee, my knee. My one weakness. How did you see?
I
And
need
you
so
hit
much
him.
physical therapy.
You can
You
blame
hit him.
Amy.
Yes, I'm going to do physical therapy.
Let's not do this again.
You literally, you hit him so hard that he goes flying across the room and smashes into She-Mad, and I'm actually going to make She-Mad take a point of stress damage from that hit, because that was like a 7 shift, and I think that might actually be the best roll we've seen in this whole game.
Yeah, and that makes She-Mad mad.
Yes, that is going to make her more mad, obviously.
Oh, miffed.
But Swiss Army Man's down for the count.
She miffed.
She miffed.
She miffed.
I'm she miffed right now.
I believe that brings us back to
Yeah.
GG Tiger.
GG
Tiger.
Well,
No? Wait.
No.
Oh, I am sorry.
No.
I
Because
skipped the bad
first-
guys. Or the oath
Right.
folk.
yes, the
Who are not
O-Folk
bad guys, by the way.
are going to get a chance here. Stress Doll is out because you're holding her. Swiss Army Man is out because you just, like, broke his legs.
Have attacked the real bad guys. But I didn't
So I'm gonna
Hey,
say
Amy, take a fate point. I compel you based on your insatiable curiosity. You all of a sudden become very obsessed trying to wonder why they're called the O-Folk when all of their names start with S.
I'm just going through the newspapers madly, like looking for more backstory to like
you're
a
just
history of the founding
you
of
are
the
trying to
group.
figure out their naming scheme, which is confusing the hell out of you. So if you get attacked here, you don't get to you don't get to defend.
So She-Mad, realizing that, seeing the punch that you just landed and realizing that as far as punching goes, you are clearly the biggest threat in the room, is going to try to like get you in a bear hug to keep you from attacking next round.
Bring
She's
it
gonna
on,
try and
She-Mad.
create
This is
her
gonna be
own
bad.
advantage. She-Mad has super physique.
She
So-
mad. Dun, 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 she mad.
Reroll.
This is what you people
It's
done.
the He-Man theme song.
Apparently, I haven't heard
Reroll.
that in a long time.
He-Man. Dun, 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 dun.
Am I rolling against this?
You are rolling your athletics against this to
My
try.
super athletics?
You can, though. Remember, you're at -1 because you
Right.
used it last round.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, didn't you have? Oh wait, who had super fight? You had.
Or no, you
Oh,
had
no,
super
no, no,
fight.
I have super fight.
Yeah.
Shushing.
Whatever, it's fine.
Whatever, it's
Ooh, I know what I'm
fine.
gonna do.
Still a 5.
You'll see.
I can't wait.
Let's see what she gets.
5.
5 to 5.
Okay.
But
So-
you're
Do you-
defending,
but
so
you
you're
can-
okay.
So I'm defending that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you.
It's not an attempt at an attack. It's an attempt to create an advantage.
Oh.
So, technically speaking, a tie here is not exactly a win. The advantage will still be created. You won't lose out on a combat round, and they won't get free invokes on that advantage. But that is what will play out here right now.
Okay.
I notice you have a fate point in your
I
hand.
could invoke Cheerfu.
You could indeed invoke Cheerfu.
Yeah, Ellie's not just a cheerleader. She's sort of like a kick-ass Buffy-style cheerleader. So she's got a Cheerfu, her own fighting style.
I'm gonna attack you with Cheerfu. Come at me, boo.
Boom. Okay. So She-Mad tries to grab you, but... Well, actually, you know what? Why don't you describe what happens here?
She tries to grab me, and I dodge underneath, and I was trying to make it rhyme. It's not gonna work. And shove my knee into her stomach.
What rhymes with stomach?
Some...
Let us know in the chat. What rhymes with stomach?
Shove your
Okay.
knee into her tummy so she folds like a cardboard
Dummy? Yeah.
Hey, not bad. Amy.
Much better.
So yeah, that works. But when you do that, when you duck out of the way, you don't even notice. You're not even thinking about it. You actually duck like under a ladder when you do it. And Heather sees that, and like her superstitiousness just kicks in. She's like, no, and she totally gets scared. So Heather, take a fate point. But you are a little weirded out, so you are going to be
out of the next attack round.
Out of the next attack round.
Now, Shrinky Dink. Let's see. Shrinky Dink.
Shrinky Dink is in giant form right now.
He is in giant
Oh, boy.
form right now. Okay. I believe. I think Shrinky Dink. We gotta think about this. How about like in giant form, it's super strength, and in tiny form, it's super athletics. That make sense to you?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So he's in giant form, which means he is going to try to stomp on, let's say, Gina, because Heather just ran away, and Ellie, you just got attacked, and you're buried in a pile of newspapers.
It's starting to stick to her with all the weird newspaper
Yeah, you're getting
stickiness.
all bluish. all the ink
Rick,
is
roll the
touching my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my second roll ever on Tempting
Am I
Fate.
defending myself?
You are defending yourself, athletics or physique,
Yee.
whichever
Okay.
you prefer. It's fine. It's still better than mine was.
No, that's 0 for me. I'm gonna
My streak ends at 1.
re-roll so I don't suck as much.
Yeah.
Oh no, so close. That
Was
less.
Keep re-rolling. We have so many.
Okay, I'll take more. Oh gosh,
It's your turn to experience the joy of just burning through like 8
it's the
rerolls.
exact same thing.
Keep going.
One more. Big money. Wow. Wow. All zeros. All of them.
Wow.
Not good or bad. Just
Reroll?
nothing.
What does that mean? What's your physique / athletics?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. That means it's a 2.
Okay, he rolled a 5.
Hey, thank you, Crafty Steffling. I'm betting that's a Steffling.
If
A
Yeah.
crafty
Steffling
one.
Stampede, is it what?
it's entirely possible.
I guess
We
anything.
may be on the
Are there
verge of a
Stefflings? Are there
Steffling
Stefflings
stampede
in
right
chat?
now.
Hi, Steffling.
Well,
We have
if there's
5
Stefflings in
communal
chat,
rerolls left.
welcome. We love you.
Guys, what do you think? Should I get stomped?
Oh no.
Like right
One
now,
reroll?
it wouldn't be like a killing
Do another-
stomp.
No, I know.
Don't
That's
get
what I'm
stomped by
saying.
Shrinkadink. Do what you must, but quickly think.
Quickly think. I'll try one more time.
Yes.
I believe in us. I hate this rhyme.
Power of positive thinking.
Oh!
It's a 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Boom.
All right, so Shrinky Dink stomps you,
okay?
but
But I get out of the way.
Here's what you have to say.
Yeah, here's what I have to say.
Can
To
you
my
trip him on the
dismay-
way?
Oh. Can I trip him on the way?
I mean, what was the differential?
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see him coming. I
That's
just
style.
step.
Sure. Yeah.
No,
I'll
I
just
know
give
what
him
I
a,
do.
I'll give him a hit
I
like
step
did
to
with
the
Shumad.
side and I just hold the gun, so he's basically gonna step on the equivalent of like a Lego toy.
Yes.
It's just a quick
That is absolutely
with
brutal.
pointy end up.
That is 1,000 times worse than Ellie kicking out that guy's knee.
Yep.
Okay, well, why don't we say that he trips and falls over and lands on Shemad, which does some more damage to her.
Sure.
And yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing okay there.
We will not be defeated by this gleeful captor. You know, it's gonna be good.
like fighting a raptor, only
yeah.
more successful.
if we succeed, we will end this dire chapter.
Oh,
And have
bring it
pina
back.
coladas after?
Yeah. I look at the broken gun. Maybe not.
Hey, well done.
There's one other thing I'd like to do before we move on to the next round.
Yeah.
Heather, because you ran away, I assume you are still carrying Stress Doll with you. on
Crying
the
in a
run.
stress doll right now. Stressing out.
I'm gonna give Stress Doll a chance.
Just like pulling on stress all
Oh yeah, stress doll.
I'm gonna give Stress
I'm so
Doll a
stressed
chance to
right
try and
now.
break free.
You're
Yeah.
really helpful.
Can you just make me a physique roll?
Poor stress doll.
I know, right? 1.
To a 3.
Do you want to re-roll?
Can we invoke
Has rerolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Your
Or
defenses
you have like all these free invokes too.
Oh, right.
Oh,
You have
I'm still
many.
motivated. You guys that
Yeah,
highly
be motivated.
Can I use that? Okay, I'm gonna.
No,
that
you're
from
not
last
still. That
round?
was from last scene.
I'm gonna do a
so
reroll.
yeah, go for it.
Right, you have the.
No, but
other-
isn't
wait.
there's
Also-
another box though?
Yeah, but
Right,
it only
but that's
lasts.
my scene
Stress
ended.
doll is
So
Be motivated for
Got it.
outside.
Oh.
Right, this is a different
But don't
fight.
forget,
for
you know her
motivation.
weakness.
But you know her weakness, so you
got
can
2 free
invoke
invokes
that.
on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we've got sticky floors and their weaknesses.
That will free this fight of
I think
weakness.
that's it, right? The rest of those are from the previous fight.
I believe so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I know the weakness, because I'm really scared. So I'm really using stress doll like as a stress
Crafty
doll.
Steffling. Oh, I'm sorry. Finish up. Sorry.
Oh, and I am so scared that I am
You're needing
needing stress doll like insanely as I cry. Like
that prevents the escape, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So Crafty Steffling sends 1 reroll each to Future Girl
Yay!
and Viking.
Yay! Yeah.
That girl.
you're so cool.
Yay.
Yay.
How many rerolls did I just use up, guys?
You needed them in
okay.
a
It's
That
good.
brings
And
us
we
I
have
need
to
them, I need them.
use
The order.
We're fine.
Yeah.
We'll
Amy
give
and
it to you.
Heather
I'm
are
glad you
out.
did.
Ellie and Gina
That
are
was an
in.
amazing roll.
Yes.
Some big Future Girl news coming this week. A little advanced tip-off.
I sure hope you're. Can I say?
Spoilers.
I sure hope you're on the mailing list.
I hope you're on the Future Girl mailing list.
Yep.
All right, where are we?
Nice. Top of the order.
Top of the
And
order.
Heather's out.
But
That
Heather's
means
out, so
me.
that is the viewers.
So what I'm gonna do is I want to start taking all of the newspapers and make paper airplanes as little minions to attack them for us, like little drone paper airplanes with my superpower of arts and crafts.
I love that.
Okay. Do you want to target one of them, or are you just trying to make like an attack against all of them? I mean, I assume you're going to make a lot of paper.
Well, it
Yeah, I
seems
guess
like
we'll
if it's-
see how many paper airplanes I make and how successful it is, and then we can.
Sure.
If it's like a lower roll, it's only one bad guy. If it's more rolls, it's more than
See
one
how it
airplane.
goes. Makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
And you have not used your super arts and crafts yet.
Not yet this
so
fight.
you're back to full power.
I am indeed. I am crafting up a storm.
Crafty.
Amy's just been throwing them at me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, stop! No. Oh!
The history is super fat. Hey, Gina, I was reading that.
There's a crease in there. Oh, sorry. I'll buy you a new one. It'll be like a shoe-in for your heart. Please don't hate me. Art and fart.
Nothing but the highest brow humor.
That's a 9 for paper airplanes.
Wow.
Fine.
So you've made like
Okay.
a fleet of paper airplanes.
Correct.
Yes.
I send my paper creatures up in the air to fly.
All right. Well, Swiss Army
You
Man.
better keep your guard up because they are not shy.
Ooh.
Swiss Army Knife is still clutching his knee and complaining, and Stress Doll got dragged into the other room by
Where
Heather.
it's raining. Oh, no, sorry, we're not raining.
Using her for stress relief, which is
So you got
sense.
She-Mad and Shrinky Dink here, right?
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say with a 9 you can attack both of them, but they'll each get individual defense rolls.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on, and 9. So
What happened?
What is going? Their faces right now.
I mean, I think you just knocked both of them out.
Reroll?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a reroll on one, just to
My babies
see if
have
maybe we
saved
can-
the
Because we
day.
have them, and why
Let's
not?
go home
see if maybe we can keep Shrinky
so
Dink in
we
the
can
fight.
continue to play.
Nope.
Fun, so
Reroll.
we can all
We
play.
cannot keep Shrinky Dink in the fight.
Oh my god, we're down to our... Oh my god, we have 2 more rerolls left.
It's like
It wasn't enough.
cocaine
that's
in an 80s.
Better.
That's better.
That's. See, is that enough to avoid a knockout? Yes, but only just.
So, yeah.
So,
Why
yeah.
don't you describe what happens?
Which
No,
one stays conscious?
She-Mad got knocked out. Shrinky Dink is still up.
Okay. So yeah, I turn around with a really a sense of glee and malice you've never quite seen from me, as I just sort of fly and blow a handful. Like how many paper airplanes
I mean,
did I
with
make?
a 9, like
fleet.
thousands.
A
Yeah.
fleet of paper airplanes go zipping, and paper cuts and distractions
you-
and dive bombs.
And Shrinky Dink is like, oh my god, I'm being bombarded. This fight is really hard. And, yes.
So yeah, so She-Mad is just enveloped in a sea of paper and disappears. Shrinky Dink is still really big, so you can't quite overwhelm him the same way you could She-Mad, but he now has the consequence in his 4 consequence slot of paper cuts,
yeah.
which means you can all invoke
Ow.
that when you're attacking him, if
Hate paper
you
cuts.
can think of a way that it comes up properly. So She-Mad is out. Swiss Army Man is out. Stress Doll is. It kind of depends on what you want to compromise.
Being used
Yes.
as a stress doll.
And I mean, I would assume you've just
Found
been
its
like
purpose.
kneading and stretching her
Yes.
this whole time,
With fear.
which
Oh,
is her weakness.
That is
we
her
know.
weakness. So I would say at this point...
Take a
since
roll
this
in the next round.
is- Yeah,
but
we'll address that in a moment.
but Shrinky Dink is the only one who's left. Ellie, I believe, still has an action here before we come back around.
I believe that's YDK.
Whitey Kit.
Mea culpa?
So I notice that She-Mad has been taken down. Swiss Army Knife is crying over his boo-boos. Stress Doll is long gone. So we've got Shrinky Dink left, right?
Yes.
I want to look at Shrinky Dink, be like, looks like all your people have been taken care of. Why don't we try this with some love? And I turn to Grim and Gritty and say, Grim and Gritty, you've been really shitty. It's time we take back this place. I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm gonna go punch you in the face.
You're turning to attack Grim and Gritty.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Super fight.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Nick?
I've got stats.
We've got
If you
stats.
want to take a shot at this.
Bring it on.
Are you super fighting?
Yep.
And you haven't super fought yet in this fight.
In this room now.
Yeah.
Well, Grim and Gritty hear your rhyme, and they, you know, and you hear one of them respond, "Come on, take your best shot. We're not afraid of what you got. We're Grim and Gritty, and we're tough, and we're evil. And you look like a funny bullweevil." I don't know. That's all I got. I'm not good at this. It's the ears. They make you look
Like a bullweevil.
like a bullweevil. What? What? Am I the only one? What? Come on.
Your mockery does not insult me.
Oh, yes, it does. Totally knocked off your game, and now he's like all being juvenile and rubbing it in your face.
Right.
He's like, oh, things are about to get dark and gritty.
I'm the
Why
king
did
of
you have to
rhyming.
make them all culty?
Anyway, I'm gonna hit him in the face with an 8.
Yeah, you got an 8.
9.
Invokes.
Invokes. Oh.
Can I
Invokes.
invoke? Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
absolutely
gonna
can.
invoke Cheerfu
Makes sense.
and just get deep down in my innermost cheerfulest soul.
Well, that pulls you even.
No, puts her one up.
Oh, it was 8-8?
8.
8, 9.
Oh, it was 8. Oh, sorry, 8-9. So that puts you 1 up.
Cool. You clang Gritty right in the face. It's a good, solid punch. And you hear there's sort of this, like, I mean, you ring his bell, quite literally. There's, like, this loud, but noticeably kind of strangely hollow noise when you hit the armor. You did it. You punched Gritty in the face.
I don't think
He's
these
like,
folks are real.
That didn't. Yeah.
Somebody help me with this spiel.
I have to ask, is there any chance this knocks me out of my newspaper trance?
Yeah, I would say you missed a round.
Well, yeah, that was the round.
Yeah,
So,
so you're
actually,
back.
you are back, but first, Shrinky Dink gets an attack.
That's right. And Gritty's just like, that didn't hurt. I'm gonna be Kurt. Because I'm evil. And
You look like a weevil.
And you look like a weevil. He really likes
All
that
the
one.
Doctor Who fans out there.
What? I told you I stink at this.
Shrinky Dink is going to stomp at you because you went after the boss. Let's see. He gets -1 because he used his power last
at me,
time.
Hoss.
Which means
Shrinky Dink says, stay away from my master. Here comes disaster.
reroll.
Oh, reroll.
You can't hurt Grim. He has
Burning
no
through those
feelings. That's why
rerolls.
they're so unappealing.
Yeah, we only have 1 left.
Yeah, we're down to our last reroll here, folks.
Better. Nope, still
A
better.
little better.
Is this, am I fighting or athletics?
Athletics or physique
Yeah,
is a
those are
defense
yeah.
roll.
Okay.
Whichever one works better for you. He rolled a 6.
5. I'm out of fate points, guys.
Are there any free
There's free invokes.
There's
There's a
invoke
bunch
with
of
the
free
floor. And the
That's what I meant by
sticky
invokes.
floor.
I
Oh, yeah,
didn't mean
okay.
your fates. I've been saying
Sticky
we haven't
floors.
used any
Cool.
of
I'm
these.
invoking the sticky floors.
Okay.
Yeah, so he tries to stomp at you, but it's just one of those things where, like, as he's pulling his foot up to stomp at you, right, it's just a little too sticky, and it comes up a little slow, and that gives you enough time to sort of see the trajectory and dive out of the way.
So we said he's very precariously balanced when he's big, so the sticky floors are kind of tough for him to navigate.
Heather, you are holding Stress Doll still.
Okay. So, am I past this crying into the Stress Doll part now that's new
Yes,
round?
you've gotten through your paranoia and your fear, and you've let all of your tears out into Stress Doll,
So he's now soaked. She's now soaked.
who is really just having quite the day.
Is Stress Doll, I've been stressing Stress Doll. Does that mean anything by this point? Like through that round, I've been really needing stress, like...
Here's what I will tell you. Given the fact that you have been needing and stressing Stress Doll this whole time, I am going to let you make an attack that will just be a using Stress Doll's power or weakness to try and take her out attack. Essentially, it'll be a physique roll where you just try to physique Stress Doll into unconsciousness. Sorry to everybody in the world for that sentence.
I was like, please stop it, this hurts.
She will
I
get...
can't rhyme, I'm in too much pain.
Nerds.
Nerds.
She's gonna make a super attempt to not
It's okay. Once they
have
pass
this
out,
happen. to
they'll
her.
be
Okay, that'll be
fine.
fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So this is a physique roll?
We'll get them
Yes,
home in
it is
time.
a physique roll.
Oh, Stress Doll, I just have one wish to just give you one more squish.
Please don't do that.
Please
I
don't.
have one. I rolled a one.
That's a
basically,
physique, not
on
an
physique.
athletics.
It's a physique, not athletics, so that is a
That's-
one.
that's a one.
What'd you guys get?
Six.
Six. Let's
Woo!
reroll.
Let's reroll that.
All right,
Reroll.
that's a good idea.
Thanks for the reroll. No, I'm gonna reroll.
Reroll.
Sorry, I'm throwing in the middle. Sorry about that.
Aim for the dragon.
Do it. Do it.
One.
Stress Doll's just like, I'm twisting, turning,
I'm
you're feeling the
doing-
Do it.
burning.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
You're breaking the
There's
girl.
still a bunch of
And also
anybody-
invokes on the table.
You're
You're gonna do at least 4.
Oh,
Total.
yes. Okay. Okay. So hopefully this will be better.
without fate
One at
points.
a time.
And then
There you go.
One at a time.
Okay.
Time.
Yeah.
Okay. 2, 3.
3 plus 4.
3. Yeah, I'm gonna invoke the
So 7, guys.
7
floors.
That's
and
it.
I know
That's
your
what you
weakness.
needed.
7. Thanks.
Okay,
Awesome.
so
You
describe
always do your
Math.
part.
Heather. I want you to describe how needing Stress Doll defeats her.
Sometimes I'm smart. This doesn't stand for fart.
I'm needing her, but I also needed her for stress. Well, I think just no, I can't think of it. It's
How will she now be defeated? She has been well and truly needed.
needed.
Thoroughly needed.
Yeah. So she's emotionally drained as well as physically broken.
That's right. So, stress.
Just taking without giving back. Just taking.
Right.
without
You're
giving back.
kneading my spine and hurting my feelings. I'm starting to get tired
Of these dealings?
of all of these dealings.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just because I'm so stressed out.
I know the feeling.
Right. Your
I
stress.
know you're about to give out.
Your stress has now become my stress, and so it's time that we redress. And then she just sort of stops trying to hold a physical shape, and now you're basically like playing with a puddle of Play-Doh.
She's like, look, I'm a mess
Yes.
from all of the stress. My real name is Tess.
All
Hey,
right.
Tess. You're a mess.
Shrinky Dink alone stands in the
Hey.
center of the room,
It all comes down.
covered in paper cuts.
Yeah.
It all comes down to a very paper-cutted Shrinky-Dink.
Yeah. So what I want to do is take all those cords that tie newspapers together, untie them, tie them together in one long string, and trip Shrinky Dink.
Okay.
And he is easily knocked over when he's in his big form.
He is
right.
indeed.
You know this to be true.
Well, you could take a cue from Civil War and try and do the AT-AT trick by like wrapping it around his leg.
Yeah.
Basically,
So,
essentially.
I'm gonna say this is a little harder than the paper airplanes because there's a little more work involved in getting the strings out and off of each package and then tied to together. So we're gonna call that a passive resistance of 4.
Okay.
But crafts roll.
Super crafts roll.
Super crafts.
I'm gonna reroll.
Do it.
Reroll.
These
What are
rerolls
these?
have been so helpful.
Yes, we've been hardcore into the rerolls tonight.
Reroll.
Do you want different dice?
Maybe.
We might have we have one of those left.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. I just want if I can do a great
I'm just gonna
roll on top
give
of
you
that.
the
Make
option.
it
It's amazing
green.
is
I'll
that
do
like,
green.
even with all
I'm
the
feeling green.
rerolls, it's like
Feeling
doesn't really
real
guarantee
irie.
anything. Yeah.
Wow, not green.
We have 2 more.
I'll try white. One more. This is it, guys.
It all comes down to this.
Oh.
Okay, I'll
it's
take
better,
I'll
it's
take
better.
8. I'll
Yeah.
take 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
I know your weakness, fool.
That's,
I know your weakness.
6 shift.
That's a 6 shift.
Let's
Wow.
just say describe how this plays out
Yeah.
because what you said you wanted to do, you do.
Yeah. So I just shout up. I ignore your menacing cries. Next time you should have picked on someone your own size.
Yeah.
Jing, 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 and then just wait as holding the string.
And you hear, I'm falling, oh no, look out below! And
Tripping, my one weakness.
and how does that rhyme?
How is it that you knew this?
Sure. And
We've
yeah,
got Lol what? She's the best.
with that, he goes,
You suck.
You failed the test.
You failed the test.
oh, yeah, sure.
And all the rest.
In the West, unless, yeah, okay. So he
Father
goes,
knows best?
Father knows best. He goes crashing to the ground.
Mama
So
Bear
sus.
knows best.
And, Mama Bear knows best.
Lol, what?
She-
Oh, that's so tense.
Oh, feels so good.
Super
And as he
intense.
goes crashing to the ground, the O-folk are just finished. And suddenly, fun, which was once just like a cloud of sparkles, the sparkles start growing and you hear them popping and it's like more and more of them glow and they sort of take the form of like a person, like this glowing, sparking, energy coursing throughout, and he like walks over to Grim and Gritty and he picks them up like by the collars and he's sort of just like, enough. It's time for some fun again. And with that, he starts spinning them around like at the speed of light, and it's like you just watch. It's like this beautiful like top, like sort of turning and turning, like Grim and Gritty fun. They all disappear in the blur, and suddenly you see like Grim and Gritty go flying into the air, way up, thousands of feet in the sky, and the suits of armor come down to the ground, smash on the ground. They fell from so high, the armor itself like shatters like glass. And you see like from each armor comes like these sort of weird green clouds, and you can hear the voices of Grim and Gritty going, "You may have beat us today, but now we escape, and we will come back and
To slay.
to
Tempt more fate.
to tempt more fate."
Ah.
And see, that's the writing part.
See, I only got one, but it was a good one.
And they start to fly up towards a window, and Fun is just like, oh, no, and his arms like shoot out, and he grabs them and pulls them back and holds them each in the palm of his hand, and he's like, all right, I think we have this under control. Now, let's get back to your party and dance to some rock and roll. And he snaps his fingers, and suddenly the sparkles surround you all, and you find yourself back at First Line headquarters.
Yeah.
And all the people from the party are still there. They've been waiting for you. And
They've been keeping the party going.
yeah, and Fun sort of sparkles above the party, and you hear his voice. I brought you here to fight Gritty and Grim. And at the end of the day, while your chances were slim, you prevailed in the fight and you saved the land of Tone. If this were a kingdom, I'd give you the throne. But it's not, so too bad. You're on your way home. But you'll always be heroes here,
Wherever you roam.
wherever you roam, which almost makes sense. And with that, you see some of his sparkles fly over to the front of the building. And from where you are, if you remember way back when you first came to this place, in front of the building were statues of the original First Line. And now from out of the ground come statues of the four of you, and Omar, and Aliza, and Rick Bear, and Jody, and Sam, and Max.
Yep.
And Sam was in the other game. But yeah, all the people who played and made characters for Tempting Fate, whether or not they actually made it onto a canceled episode. Yeah. And all of the people who have helped you over the course of this first volume are now immortalized in a statue made from rock candy outside of the First Line headquarters. And as the party rages on, the four of you find yourself drifting back through that familiar silver ether.
Our friends and our neighbors are Possum named Jeff, me, YDK, Tiger, and Gina AF.
Oh,
Wow.
Yay.
It's impressive.
yeah, that was good.
Yes.
And with that, you find yourself deposited back here, in the real world, in the studio, right where we began, way back when.
Yay.
And you hear the voice of Fun saying, "Your adventure will be remembered in legend and song. Our world is safe, but who knows for how long? So perhaps someday we will see you again if we're in danger and we need you, because
We're your friend.
you are our friends." And on that, we bring Volume 1 of Tempting Fate to a close.
Yay!
And thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff the
Yes.
Possum.
Oh, Jeff, yay!
I thought she was thanking a fictional possum. It seemed right to me. Because
It made
I-
sense at
It
the
made
time.
sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
I use my fate points to celebrate!
Now, just for the record, we used all but one of the 90 rerolls.
We had
Same.
15
Us too.
them
rerolls.
too.
We had 15 rerolls, and we used all but one of them.
So, to close this down real fast, we will be here next week, but we will just be playing some sort of one-pager that has yet to be determined, and I don't know who's going to be in that game, but watch our Twitter account at Tempting Fate RPG for details. Before we sign off, why don't you just remind them who you are and where we can find you?
Hello. Oh, hello. I am Gina DeVivo, and you can find me on Twitter at Pocketgina or Instagram at KittyHawk. K-I-T-T-I Hawk. Nice. Because the other one was taken.
Oh.
No.
Meow.
And you can find Gina on Shield of Tomorrow on Geek and Sundry.
Oh yeah, head over to Geek and
Tomorrow
Sundry
night.
and
Shield of
Plunders
Tomorrow
and Blunders, our D&D podcast, all the things. But check Twitter. I probably will just tell you about them there.
I'm Heather Wood, and you will find me on Twitter at Heather Wood, at the Heather Wood handle. But there are 2 underscores between Heather and Wood because there are a lot of Heather Woods out there.
You're the best one.
Thanks, Amy. And we're also going to beat up all the other Heather Woods. So if you're Heather Wood and you're listening, just
We're coming for you.
coming for you.
Yeah, she's not.
Amy's
speaking.
really
Say your goodbyes now.
Next.
Change your name or suffer the
I'm Ellie
consequences.
Glavich. You can find me on Twitter at Ellie Glitch, E-L-L-Y. I am the only one, so I don't get to beat up anybody, but I will anyway. And then Plunders and Blunders podcast, super fun. On to Amy.
I'm Amy Dowling. You can find me at Enthusiamy on Mondays with Gina all day on Geek and Sundry.
All day.
And then Talking Comics on Wednesdays. And streaming on my own now, which is really fun.
Yeah, I'm Rick Budd. You can find me at rbud913 on Twitter, and I'm working on Shield of Tomorrow right now, so you will not see me, but I will be. Oh, thank you for the.
Thank you for this late game
That's
resub.
amazing.
Wow, thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, standing at Shield of Tomorrow, just outside of camera, throwing things at Gina and Amy.
Yeah, and I'm Nick Gilman. You can find me on Twitter at John Rayburn the actor, or just look up Nick Gilman. You'll probably be better off doing it that way. There's a big picture of my smiling face. It's hard to miss. You can also find me standing just off camera on Monday nights on Shield of Tomorrow. And you can watch our old show, Future Girl, if you'd like, maybe, perhaps.
Almost everybody here.
Almost everybody at this table has been a part of it in one way. I mean, no, everybody at this table is a part of it in one way or another.
No,
I
almost.
thought you came to the set one day. Am I wrong?
Nah, you're wrong.
Well,
Almost everybody.
you were there in my heart.
Good.
For what it's worth.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and for joining us for everyone who came to any episode of Tempting Fate Volume 1 and donated. We have had a blast. We are, looking forward to Volume 2, whatever form that might take. It could be very different than what you've seen so far. That remains to be seen.
And a quick thank you to Rick Bear and to Dom.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you,
Dom
course.
Duke and all the good people who make Saving Throw possible, which is the people who work
dancing
here.
back.
Duke and Dom Duke.
Dancing Dom
Our
Duke.
eyes are blessed
He's doing the
yet
robot.
again.
He's doing the robot. And Rick Bear, what's your Twitter?
At Rick Bear. Rick_Bear.
At Rick_Bear. That's
A-E-R.
B-A-E-R. Thank you for Tempting Fate with us. Yay. We will see you next season.
Bye, everybody.